Peace. Campaign show live Monday motivation, April 28th. We in this thing, man. Campaign show live. You see the title. NOI are just disbelievers in certain Sunni interpretation. And I got a cool little clip to play for you. We on this thing. Staying on it. Staying on it like I want it. I'll wait for a few people to get in the chat. Salute Blacktastic 68. Salute. Dang, I was supposed to get you a wrench, but I don't have the control of this dashboard because this digital soapbox. This is my bro Big Steel page, so I got to track him down and tell him to give me access. But salute Blacktastic 68. Like he said, hit the like button. Share this live. It's going to be educational. It's going to be entertaining. You know, it's something different from the drama and the mess and the scandal that we seeing every day on TV and radio and YouTube and all that. Something different, something positive, even though it's still, warfare. It's still exciting. Ahmad Jabril Ahmad, salute. Watts in the chat. Big Adrian X, Wrench Mob. We coming on in here. I got 30 more or 20 more seconds before I can get started. So this is about NOI. I put up a post. I'm gonna share that too. Did I? Oh dang, yeah. Well, I got the whole thing. So I did a live earlier. I think it was on my personal channel, so I might just react to that also. We here for a minute. It's Monday, man. We're taking it slow. Thank God that, we made it through the day, those of us that made it. And condolences to the families and people that didn't. What blessings and comfort for y'all, that's struggling with health issues, that got loved ones that's struggling with health issues. So definitely prayers and strength and patience and comfort, consolation to you all. But yeah, we at the 2-minute mark now, so we're gonna go in. Knowledge, salute. Wa alaikum salam, knowledge, man. All praises is due to Allah in the person of the human being like yourselves. Not to spook guys. So I want to play this real quick and let me see. I gotta write myself notes. Full episode. All right. So, yeah, let's check this out, y'all. Listen to this.
It was the Nation of Islam that established Islam between quotes.
Yes.
Muslims, respecting the Muslims. Right. They weren't Muslims. They are not Muslims. They're kuffar and they're mushrikun. But nobody's going to allow me to deny the reality. Those Muslims who were incarcerated, who either came in as a Muslim, which is a very low percentage,
yes,
or accepted Islam in the prison system, if they were in the prison in the 60s and in the 70s and up to the 80s, yes, they will tell you that it is the Nation of Islam that established Islam, which wasn't really Islam, yes, in the prison system, that gained that respect. That you're going to respect us because we say we believe in Allah.
Thanks. Thanks, I guess. Yeah, gain that respect. Oh man, made being a Muslim in America, especially black in penitentiary, made everybody respect it. It was the Nation of Islam, the NOI, in particular the FOI, the male members, the military brothers of the Nation of Islam. Let's play that again. And we're not even gonna take the judgment personal, because this is a key that I want to use to see if they'll accept the dialogue with us.
It was the Nation of Islam that established Islam between quotes.
Yes.
Muslims, respecting the Muslims. Right. They weren't Muslims. They are not Muslims. They're kuffar and they're mushrikun. But
they're kuffar and they're mushrikun. So you see it in a little, I don't know if y'all can see that writing good enough, but I got the AI overview of what that means. It says in Islam, kuffar or kuffar translates to they are disbelievers, infidels, and ingratitude. You know, we set the precedent for respect and making people respect Muslims in the penitentiary, in the most wildest, roughest place that you can try to be Muslims at. It was the followers of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, the FOI, that, you know, laid that law down and put them demos down. But, you know, we're disbelievers and infidels and ingrates, according to real Islam. So a kuffar, it signifies rejecting the truth. Rejecting the truth. And we're going to get into, okay, what is the truth? Is the truth that Allah is a spirit and not a man? Is it the truth that Allah doesn't have two hands and a face and eyes and shin, legs, and human emotions? We're going to find out what truth we're rejecting or covering up the truth about God. Like we're covering up the truth that God really don't have them things, or his hands is not like nobody else's hands. And also it means that we're refusing to acknowledge his blessings. We're refusing to acknowledge his blessings. So according to the brother here that's schooling the young real Muslim brother, he's teaching him that we're kuffars, disbelieving infidel ingrates that reject the truth, cover up the truth, and refuse to acknowledge Allah's blessings. And also it says involves outright denial of God's existence. So I don't know if we fall into that category. And then he said, let's keep playing it.
Nobody's going to allow me to deny the reality. Those Muslims who were incarcerated, who
Let me back it up.
Muslims, respecting the Muslims. Right. They weren't Muslims. They are not Muslims. They're kuffar and they're mushrikun.
They're kuffar and they're mushrikun. So mushrikun right here on the bottom says in Islam, mushrikun in Arabic refers to individuals who practice shirk. And shirk means paganism, polytheism, associating other things with Allah, which is, it says that, which is the belief in or association of partners with Allah. Essentially polytheists or idolaters, idol worshippers and multi-god worshippers. It's often translated as polytheists. The term is used in the Quran to describe those who reject the concept of tawhid or reject the interpretation of the concept of tawhid, the oneness of God. And we're going to get all the way into that. And they associate other deities or entities with God. So let me play this, and then we're going to get right to it. Let's play this all the way through, because I salute the brothers, you know, acknowledging the respect that made it easier for y'all to claim the red beard Orthodox Islam, you know, in the penitentiary. And it's no disrespect, but you're following a tradition. That's not Islam. You're following Arab tradition. But let's still listen to my man giving it FOI and NOI respect.
It was the Nation of Islam that established Islam, between quotes. Yes. Muslims, respecting the Muslims. Right. They weren't Muslims. They are not Muslims. They're kuffar and they're mushrikun. But nobody's going to allow me to deny the reality. Those Muslims who were incarcerated, who either came in as a Muslim, which is a very low percentage, yes, or accepted Islam in the prison system, if they were in the prison in the 60s and in the 70s and up to the 80s, they will tell you that it is the Nation of Islam that established Islam, which wasn't really Islam, yes, in the prison system, that gained that respect. That you're going to respect us because we say we believe in Allah.
And you see right there, you know, we say we believe because all of this is belief. All of this is belief and all of this is interpretation. So you see right there, we say we believe, and this is what we believe. Point number 12, and we'll never forsake this belief because that's shirk to us. To us, shirk and kuffar and mushrikun is if we deny this. This is what woke us up and made us so united and so fierce and feared and respected that, you know, you got to enjoy the respect of what this belief did for the black Muslims in the penitentiary, in the belly of the beast. what the Muslims believe. 12, point number 12. We believe that Allah, God, appeared in the person of Master W. Fard Muhammad, July 30th, the long-awaited Messiah, human being like y'all waiting for the Messiah of the Christians and the Muslims, and the Mahdi of the Muslim world. So I don't need to read the rest of that, but I think it's some more after this, I believe. Oh, hang on one second. Yeah. So, they say y'all pray to a man. So we're going to read the etymology definition of what prayer is. All prayer is an earnest request. So if you ask me for something earnestly, you're praying to me. If you ask your parents for something earnestly, you're praying to them. If you call the police, somebody, any earnest, or 911 or the ambulance, all of that is a prayer. Whether you like it or not, that's a prayer. Prayer just means an earnest request or a petition, or it says an entreaty. What else to say? Practice of praying. Well, you don't define praying with the word praying, but I guess it's the practice of requesting or communing with God. Okay, well, who is your God? Anything can be your God, right? We talking about what prayer is. So prayer is a request or a petition or a communion or a communication, right? That's all prayer means. To ask for something, to beg or pray, request something. That's all prayer means. So you pray to human beings every single day. Let's look at what the word worship means. Worship means high respect. High respect. Y'all worship a man. Oh, yeah, we highly respect a man. We honor a man. We make a man famous. You know what I'm saying? What else do it say? Condition of being worthy. Oh, definitely. That's the definition of the word Muhammad. One worthy of praise, in fact. So Muhammad, you're worshiping Muhammad then. If you're saying he's worthy of praise. This is what worship means. Condition of being worthy. Dignity. Glory. Distinction. All of this is stuff that you do to a human being. All of this, now, this is the definition. If you want to say that that's not the definition and you want to change it to some spook ghost definition, so just like hands ain't real hands, face ain't real face, he don't really mean he, we don't really mean we, prayer don't really mean prayer, worship don't really mean worship. You want it to mean something bigger than what it means? No, all this is the etymology definition. How are you trying to make it spooky about like it could even ever apply to some immaterial mystery ghost that you can't explain? No, this is stuff that you can prove is high respect, honor, worthy, dignity, renown, worthy. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't like what words mean, I really don't know what to tell you. You might need to go freestyle fellowship because you're making up the meanings of words when we have a dictionary that's going to tell you exactly what words really mean. But based on what my man said, let's play it one more time. Play it one more time.
It was the Nation of Islam that established Islam, between quotes.
Yes.
Muslims, respecting the Muslims.
Right.
They weren't Muslims. They are not Muslims. They're kuffar and they're mushrikun. But nobody's going to allow me to deny the reality. Those Muslims who were incarcerated, who either came in as a Muslim, which is a very low percentage,
Yes.
or accepted Islam in the prison system, if they were in the prison in the 60s and in the 70s and up to the 80s, they will tell you that it is the Nation of Islam that established Islam, which wasn't really Islam,
Yes.
in the prison system, that gained that respect. That you're going to respect us because we say we believe in Allah.
He said it wasn't really Islam. For y'all that don't know, the word is Islam is just an Arabic word that means submission. I can submit to a dog or a cat or a cabbage like a Hindu or something. So the word Islam just means submission. So again, they're putting their own spin on it, you know what I'm saying? But let's share this screen because I wanted to show you something. righty minutes. Those who, what is this? Hold on 1 second. Nisa 49. There we go. I just want to show y'all this real fast. And this is chapter 4, verse 94. Chapter 4 is called El Nisa, the women. And this is just something that you can go to islamawaken.com. Matter of fact, I'll put this in the link, put this link in the chat so y'all can see it for yourself. So you can see where I'm at. And this reads, hence, you who have attained to faith. When you go forth to war in God's cause, use your discernment and do not, out of desire for the fleeting gains of this worldly life, say to anyone who offers you the greeting of peace, you are not a believer. You are not a believer. Anyone that offers you the greetings, assalamu alaikum, you are not to say you are not a Muslim. For with God there are abundant gains. This is 494, and that's just one person's interpretation. Here's Muhammad, various interpretations, right? It says it's forbidden for you to say that somebody is not a Muslim. If they offer you peace, if they offer you the Muslim greeting, assalamu alaikum, it is forbidden for you to say you are not a believer. You are not a Muslim. So I want y'all to scroll and look at all of these 50-something, you who believe, when you go forth in the way of Allah, then investigate, and do not say to the one who offers you a greeting of peace, assalamu alaikum, do not say to them, you are not a believer, you are not a Muslim, seeking the transitory gains of this world's life. So I just wanted to show that, and then I wanted to go over here, share the screen again. Hold on 1 second. Y'all don't mind. 43. Let me find 43. There we go. Now here's something that you'll really like if you into that. This is concerning the part where they call us mushrikun or something like that. That we're shirk and we're associating partners with Allah. We're associating partners. We're guilty of associating partners with Allah. This is Quran, the Holy Quran. Again, that's all I'm coming from, because, Muta say I don't never recite nothing out the Quran. I don't never use the Quran. So now we're using the Quran for Muta's sake. 43, chapter 43, verse 4. And you can see the different translators, 57 different translators. So I'm not going to go through them. I'm just going to stay up here and go from 37. Oh, no, is that the right one? Hold on 1 second. Oh, no, that's not even the one. So let's get back. Pardon me. My apologies. It's supposed to be 37. Share screen. There we are. So try to check this out. Oh, man, now I gotta find it. There we go. So this is chapter 37, verse 4 through verse 8 in the Holy Quran. It says, surely your God is one God. Indeed, your God is one God. And keep in mind, kafirs is those that associate others with their Lord. He has no associates. Your God is one God. Your God is one God. Truly, your God is one God. Then you go to the next one. The Lord of the heavens and the earth, sustainer of everything, Lord of the sunrise. Then you go to the next one. It says, surely we. First it said, your God is one God. Then it jumps to we. Surely we, this one God, this royal we, right? This royal we. I don't, y'all can tell me why you think he jumped from one God to we. Surely we, have adorned the lower heaven with stars or planets. Surely, indeed, we adorn the sky with adornment of the stars. We. Surely we went from one God to we. And then the next verse, it says, and based on adorning it, the heavens with stars and all of that, we have also protected it against every rebellious devil or Satan. And we have made it secure. You know, we have secured the heavens or the constellations and from the devil. This is what we did. And then 38, it says, and these devils cannot overhear the most exalted chiefs. The devils cannot hear the most exalted chiefs. This one says so that the devils may not listen to the highest assembly, even though this says, that's wrong. Let me go back. It says that it says angels, but it's in parentheses because it don't say angels. It says just the highest assembly of somebody. It don't say angels. They're just interpreting it to say angels. All the rest of these, you don't see that. You know what I'm saying? They cannot listen to the highest chiefs, the exalted assembly. Those are associates, right? They got in parentheses right here of angels. Why is it in parentheses? Because they're not all in parentheses. Higher assembly. This is people that got the knowledge and power of who put the heavens and the earth and the planets and the stars out there. So whoever these highest assembly are, they have something to do with the knowledge or the sustaining or the putting and the placing the heavens and the earth and the planets and the stars out there and putting protective barriers against devils and Satans out there. So this ain't just the God himself. This is a we, and we did this and we did that. Why would God need a we to do anything? Why is he including a whole assembly of exalted chiefs? And they say, i.e. angels. No, ain't no i.e. angels. That's your interpretation, because they don't all say that. They cannot listen to the upper realm. What upper realm? Like upper realm is what? Is that beings or is not beings? So who are they? If we're considered shirk because we're associating or we putting partners and associates with the God, what the hell is this? What the hell is this? What the hell is chapter 37, verse 8? Right? So I just, matter of fact, let me see if I could put this on here, video. So I didn't want to go through the full thing, and I'm probably not going to go through the full clip here. But I do at least want to do the beginning. So let's listen to this real fast. Fair use of my own subject over here is Allah, God is in a human being. And the original human being is Allah or God. And I got a shared screen right here with my Instagram that says we in the NOI are absolutely disbelievers in your interpretation of Allah, God not being a human, a man. We are 100% disbelievers. So, you know how they say, y'all are disbelievers. No, we're not disbelievers in Islam, and we're not disbelievers in Allah. We're disbelievers in you. We're disbelievers in you and your 1,400-year-old interpretation of Allah not being a man. We don't believe in that. That don't mean that we're atheists. That don't mean that we're disbelievers in Allah. That don't mean we're disbelievers in the Quran and the prophets and the angels. We just don't believe in your interpretation of them. And we have the right to not believe in another man's interpretation, and so we don't. So their interpretation clearly comes from men. It don't come from no ghosts. It don't come from no proven miracle space Space Daddy, they're trying to enforce their interpretation on us when their interpretation is from them. It's from a flesh and blood skull man, just like they saying that we following, right? Just because they can say, well, the prophet. Okay, well, the prophet died. May Allah peace and blessings be upon him, but he wasn't immortal, right? Why you keep talking about the prophet when you claim the prophet died, but the Messiah is still alive? Why are you holding Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, above Isa? Why you ain't quoting Isa? Why you ain't all in the gospel? If Prophet Muhammad died, even though he was the greatest prophet, but the Quran say that the Messiah is the one coming back, not Prophet Muhammad. The Messiah is going to stay alive and come back and destroy the world as a man. Why can't we talk about the Messiah's book or Isa, which is the the gospel, the Injil, the Bible? You know what I'm saying? Why can't we go into that, since that's the main character? That's a man that's more like Mahdi, that's more like Master Fard Muhammad in that concept. Why y'all want to go there with me or with us? That's the man that's alive for 2,050 some years, according to y'all. Can we talk about that? Can anybody talk about that with me? Are we willing to finally break the ice and talk about the fact that you have to acknowledge that the Messiah, Isa, son of Mary, is greater than Prophet Muhammad? May Allah peace and blessings be upon him. Because he didn't keep Prophet Muhammad alive to make him come back and destroy the wicked. So that sounds like an associate to me. That sounds like a partner or associate to me. Why would you keep him alive and not keep no other prophets alive? He's special, right? What is that? Especially if you claim to believe in Mahdi too, the guide. Mahdi and Messiah. Do we want to talk with Brother Cam about these concepts? We believe in the man's interpretation that raised us up from mental death and ignorance and united us. Arabs for the last 1,400 years did not do that. So we reserve the right to believe in whatever man benefited us the most, whatever man's interpretation of Allah has benefited us the most. Did that make sense? Or did that sound just crazy? It just sound like I'm a kuffar, mushrikeen, infidel, ingrate. And Master W.D. Fard Muhammad is that man, and the most honored and most honorable Elijah Muhammad is that man, and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is that man. They all represent the interpretation that woke us up, that redeemed us, that stood us up, that made us love ourselves and our kind, and made us assets to humanity at large, especially, to ourselves, but to the human family at large. So this post right here on my Instagram, on my West Coast Camp Instagram page, it says, we, NOI, are absolutely disbelievers in your interpretation of Allah, God, not being a human. And I cite the Holy Quran, chapter 109, the disbelievers say, "O disbelievers, I serve not that which you serve, nor do you serve him whom I serve," him, pronoun he, "nor shall I serve that which you serve, nor do you serve him whom I serve. For you is your reward, and for me is my reward." And then the second page of this is chapter 112 that so many of my Orthodox folks want to use as their justification for that interpretation, and that's the unity. And it says, say, he, man, that's already starting off bad for y'all. Say, he, Allah, is one, or the one. Allah, the eternal, the absolute, of whom nothing is independent. He, not she, not it, not he
we.
begets not, and he is not begotten, and none is equivalent to him, right? They love to say none is like him, but you can see under that StreamYard link on the right where I have it over here, I have this highlighted and I'm putting this link in the chat for y'all right now. So y'all can go scroll through this yourself and look at the top 57 Quranic, Arabic, Islamic scholars that translated the Quran into English. The NOI didn't have nothing to do with it. And I want you to look and see what they say. I want you to see what they translate Allah to be. There it is in the chat. You got time, click on it and look at it. So it says nowhere, or I'm saying nowhere in the Holy Quran does it ever say that Allah, God, is not a man. And those, they like to pick out the one that say none is like him. But if you've seen all that, most of it was saying none is comparable to him. None is equal with him. None is equivalent to him. Only the smallest percentage of words or translators said none is like him, because like is too vague. It's too open to interpretation. Like. So that's why you want to get all of these scholars together and all of these various words that mean the same thing and hold their feet to the fire. Put them in the corner them with their own words. That's why they won't show up to talk with Brother Cam, y'all. That's why. Because you don't need to learn Arabic. I don't need to go try to meet some brand new scholar that has his own newfangled interpretation of what the Quranic words mean when I got the top 57 of them right here that apparently is more accomplished and more renowned than they are. So let's just add up what they say, because the NOI didn't say it. You know what I'm saying? The NOI ain't interpreting it. I'm just reading what your scholar said. Fact, it says he has two hands. He has two hands. He has hands, period. Two hands. He has a face. He has eyes. He has emotions, and he has a shin or a leg, a shin. That's what the Quran says he has. So if you saying none is like him, that's the wrong word to use, because we all have that. We all have those things. And then if you ask them, it's going to say, well, his hands is not like our hands. Now we playing the like definition game. Now we got to crack open the real definition and interpretation of your using the word like instead of using the word equivalent or comparable, other word. You want to settle on like. And that's why I put this link, this Islam Awakened 57 top different translators words, and it don't just say like, it say equivalent. Matter of fact, let's go there, shall we? This is why they don't want to show up, y'all. This is why they don't want to show up. Let's just look at it ourselves instead of me sending you somewhere. I don't want to put you through that. Let's do the receipts. Look at all of them. Every single one of them say him, 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 him. It don't say it. It don't say she. It don't say we. It says him, he. It don't say we. It don't say she. It don't say it. You can't blame that on the Nation of Islam. Like, we don't know what the hell the word he means. like we know they don't know what the word he means. So why you turning into some spooky, it don't really mean he don't really mean he, like God don't know how to communicate with his own creation. He don't know how to tell us, he don't know how to use language to make us understand what he really is. Well, Abraham called him a he, and he didn't have a Quran. Moses had called him a he didn't have a Quran. They was all Muslims before Prophet Muhammad ever existed, right? Why did they call him a he? Why did they say he was a man? And they met face to face with him and talked face to face with him like a man speaks to his own friend. Why did Moses say that he was a man of war? The Lord is his name. That was way before the Quran. Right here, right now. So here it is, islamawakened.com. Got to show them the receipts. That's all. And this is chapter 112 called Ikhlas. Al-Ikhlas. They love to use that, the Tawhid, the unity. It says, in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, it says, say, he. It starts out with a gender pronoun. And they're going to say, well, he don't mean he. And then like don't mean like. Then hands don't mean hands. And eyes don't mean eyes. Like, well, let's just look at what the scholars say. So these scholars right here, Muhammad Assad says, say he, Allah is one. Muhammad Mahmoud Ghali says he. Safi Kaskas says he. Quran Live says he, word for word. Dr. Shinaz Sheikh and says he. Muhammad Assad says he, and Pickthall says he. Yusuf Ali says he. Mustafa Khattab says he. It's one that said, so, okay, see, T.B. Irving. T.B. Irving says, say, God is unique. Okay, let's click on him. Say, God is unique. God is the source for everything. He has not fathered anyone, nor was he fathered, and there's none compared to him. Ooh. Well, so much for that one. Let's go back. Let's go back. You thought you had one. No, he says he too. So, yeah, I don't want to play the whole thing, but we can't get into it. Assalamu alaikum. Rube said the word associate means, or the number one primary definition is a partner or colleague in a business or at work. Number two is a person with limited or subordinate membership of an organization. So if the Quran, if they say that he has no associates, but then I just showed you the exalted assembly, I showed you that they cannot listen in on the exalted chiefs when they talk. Why are you saying we? We adorn the heavens with stars. First you say God is he's one, but then he jumps to saying he's a we. Why would he confuse the people like that? If God is not the author of confusion, but then you want to interpret it as the royal we means something we don't know what the hell that means because it's new, it's old English context. We means an honorary we. Man, what the hell are you talking about? The Quran knows how to say I, she, it, us, our, him, he, and we. But now you're interpreting it to not be really we, right? So this is why we come here and we just bring it back, bring that beat back to chapter 3, verse 7. And let's see what that says. That says the rules of interpretation. Before you even open the book, 3 verse 7, it says, he it is, Allah it is, who revealed to you this book, the Quran. Some of its verses are absolutely clear or literal. Some of its verses are literal. They are the basis or the foundation of the book. And other verses are allegorical, metaphor, symbolic language. It says, then as for those in whose hearts is perversity or disease, they follow that part which is symbolic language or allegorical language, seeking discord and seeking to give it their own interpretation for their own reasons. But none knows, none, not one, none knows its interpretation, meaning the Quran. None knows its interpretation except Allah, period. It's a period right there. So you're judging me to be a kuffar or a mishrukan or a infidel or whatever, disbeliever, because I won't believe in your interpretation when the Quran right here says none knows its interpretation but Allah. So you are saying you're Allah? You're saying your scholars are Allah? You're saying your imam is Allah. I don't care who you saying. I know how to read. You effed up, slave masters, when y'all let us know how to read, learn how to read. So none knows its interpretation but Allah. And those firmly rooted in knowledge, not firmly rooted in tradition, not firmly rooted in hearsay, not firmly rooted in rituals, not firmly rooted in memorizing scriptures, but those firmly rooted in knowledge. Knowledge of what? What kind of knowledge? Could it be the knowledge of the laws of creation? The knowledge of the laws of nature? I think so. Because why would you believe in something unnatural? Just because somebody told you an unnatural ghost story for 1,400 years. No, those that's firm in knowledge, firmly rooted in knowledge, is not going for it. Oh, no, you just can't tell me anything on face value. Didn't you also tell me the devil deceived the whole world? How I know you're not deceiving me, whether intentionally or unintentionally? You better prove what you're trying to tell me. I know I don't believe in nothing that you're saying. I'm firmly rooted in knowledge. If you can't show me no knowledge, then you're just a believer like I am, and you ain't qualified to judge whether my belief or interpretation is right or wrong, because none knows its interpretation but Allah. And those firmly rooted in knowledge got enough knowledge to know that they don't know the interpretation, so they say we just believe in it. We believe in the part that we can prove and verify. But belief don't mean belief. It means you don't know. So you can say you believe that we're coppers, you believe that we're shirk, but you can't prove it. You can't make no absolute statement, judgment like that because we don't follow your interpretation. That's arrogant Satan devilishment right there. That's why they don't want to have a talk or a conversation or a dialogue. So they're going to talk one way and then they're going to force us to have to respond one way. And all right, whatever. I mean, we still doing our work, but if you talking against us, then we're going to talk back. Yeah, you just kept just trying to wake up the people and making them love Allah. But the reason why it must be interfering because so many black people is saying, where Farrakhan at? So are y'all the suiting the bow tie kind of Muslims? You know what I'm saying? Where them suiting the bow tie? Where them FOI? Do y'all drill over here? Like, you know, the Islam that made it attractive to these youth because they see soldiers, they heard rap music, whatever, however it got popularized in their head, and it's forcing a lot of the Sunnis, and this don't apply to all Sunni, because all Sunni Muslim, black Sunni Muslims ain't on this BS, but this applies to the ones that are. They're saying that we are kafirs and we ain't real Muslims and all of that. The Quran say don't say that nobody ain't a real Muslim and they offer you the Muslim greeting. It say don't say that. And then it also say, none knows its interpretation. So how are you judging what a lie is when you don't even know? When we clearly see in knowledge, those firmly rooted in knowledge go something like this. If I read a book and it say that Allah has two hands, if I'm firmly rooted in the knowledge of what hands are, then I'm gonna say, man, that's like what I got. I'm not going to believe some 1,400-year ghost story that's going to try to tell me that hands don't mean hands. I'm firmly rooted in knowledge, the knowledge of reality. So if the book say he got two hands, then I'm going to say he got two hands. Okay, that's one strike that he like me. Then it say he got eyes. Damn, I got eyes. I got eyes. He got eyes. Then he got a face. I got eyes. Two hands and a face like him. Then I got a shin, eyes, two hands, a face, and a shin bone leg. Then I got eyes, two hands, a face, a shin, and human emotions. Like, I'm firmly rooted in knowledge of reality. You ain't gonna be able to tell me nothing. And the more you try, the more you're gonna inspire me to do this. To clap back and hurl these truth stones and knock out the brains of that foolishness. To try to tell me we kafirs because we firmly rooted in the knowledge of what words mean. We know what he mean. We know what hands mean. We know what face mean. We know what eyes mean. So none knows its interpretation of those other parts except Allah, and those firmly rooted in knowledge. So those firmly rooted in knowledge, we say we believe, but we do know some about the interpretation. We just know he don't give us the green light to bang it. We're not supposed to bang it until the Messiah shows up and backs us up and let us know that we got the power and the arms and the military and the protection to bang it like that. A lot of people had known the real interpretation, but they wasn't in no position to say it and get crucified. You know what I'm saying? How you going to enforce it? So you got to wait till you can build up or establish enough relationship with the real God that he got your back, and it's time to say that. But none knows his interpretation but Allah, and those firmly rooted in knowledge, they say, we believe in it is all from our Lord, and none will take heed except men of understanding. Understanding. So we got the word knowledge and understanding. Do y'all understand this spook Allah? Do y'all understand the spook Allah? Can y'all give us any knowledge, any relics of knowledge of this spook space non-human Allah? Because the Quran don't ever say he's not a man. The Quran don't ever say he's not a man. It's more descriptions of Allah as being a man than it is of not being a man. What else has two hands? What else is called a he? What else has a face? What else has eyes? What else has legs, shin? What else has human emotions? Right? What else is going to make another man a new ruler with his two hands and then breathe into this new man his own knowledge and inspiration and then tell the angels to prostrate and bow down and obey this new man? A whole lot of man business going on. Al-Nas, the king of men, the God of men, the Lord of men, not of spooks, not of ghosts. Like I said earlier, he said he closer to us than our own life vein, jugular vein. That's a physical, biological body part. He didn't say I'm closer to you than your own feelings. Your own spirit or imagination, your own mind or your own thoughts. Why did he say physical body part? The carotid artery, your jugular vein, your life vein. Allah is closer to you than your own life vein. That's because he is you. He is in you. He ain't outside of you. He ain't out there, wherever they say he at. So let me get this off of here and open up the chat real quick. Don't want to be on here. Time be flying. I ain't know it's 50 minutes already. Jeez Louise. But there's the StreamYard link. I would love to get some of y'all's thoughts on this. Unstop that. All right. And let me put these back on here. This is what my man is saying, that Islam mushrikun is individuals who practice shirk. That's us, which is the belief in or association of partners with Allah. Partners. Well, we just said, I just showed you got partners. You got a whole exalted assembly of partners that helped him with the heavens and the earth and help him protect the adornment of the lower heavens from devils and all of that. Why he just can't do that himself? Why are they exalted assembly and nobody else can touch that mother of books and listen in on the exalted chiefs? Why do God got chiefs around him that we don't know nothing about? Chiefs. Exalted chiefs, exalted assembly. That sound like associates to me. Sound like he got some associates to me. But we coffers and we shirk. Because we are attributing partners or associates with God. What else? Let me see. It's another one. This is different example or types of kuffar. Kuffar is a kuffar, is a stubborn disbelief type of kuffar, even when the truth is known. Stubborn disbelief. Ooh, let's go into that. Stubborn disbelief, even when the truth is known. So, spirit God is not a known truth. To me, what a known truth is what hands are. Two hands is a known truth. We know what two hands are. We know what a face is. We know what eyes are. We know what a shin is. We know what human emotions are. That's the known truth. But a stubborn disbelief that God is not that, because he has those known truth things that we know is truly hands is hands and all that. The next one is disbelief through outright denial. Is it us that's disbelieving in outright denial? Are they presenting us with anything tangible and real that we just outright denying because it's true, it's globally known? Or is the story known? Is the ghost story just known? Have we actually seen the ghost alive in the last 1,400 years, or have we just known the ghost story? The next one is disbelief through rejection. Acknowledging the truth in the heart, but rejecting it outwardly. Is that us or is that them? If I'm laying these clear, provable receipts out there and calling for them to discuss them with me, is it me that's rejecting and declining and denying it, or is it them? The next one is disbelief through hypocrisy, pretending to be a believer while concealing disbelief. I ain't even gonna touch that one because I don't want to offend a certain community. If you're watching, you can hop on a live with me, because something was mentioned to me about why Ward Dean got on the stage with Minister Farrakhan and said, Allah is with you, Allah is with you. And I asked him, well, why would he do that? Because that happened a year after the Pope, him getting on the Pope. And he said something like, well, he said the same thing to the Pope. So he just tossing out Allah is with you declarations anyway. Disbelief due to hatred or detestation of God's commands. Let's see, if Allah commands us to believe in the Torah, and to believe means you have to read it regularly, just as regularly as we read the Quran. We're supposed to read the commands of Allah in the Quran, is to believe in the Torah, in the Zabur, which is the Psalms of David in the Bible, and in the gospel, Jesus, gospel of Jesus. Do y'all disbelieve that y'all supposed to read that? Because that's God's command. We read it. Do y'all, have a detest? Do y'all detest that command from God? Why y'all don't do it? Disbelief due to mockery and derision. I ain't gonna get into that because we already see the mockery. Disbelief due to avoidance of the truth. This is all types of kuffarism, right? How many of this applies to the NOI versus how many how much of this applies to the ones that's accusing us of being kuffar? Avoiding the truth. What is the truth? Well, the truth is what the Quran say. No, we know what the Quran say, but we talking about the interpretation. We talking about, can you interpret it, what it means? Two hands don't mean two hands. So Allah has two hands, but you say they're not like our hands. Well, what are they like? Do they got fingerprints on them? Do they got wrinkles in them? Since you know what they like, but you avoiding the truth. Disbelief due to avoidance of the truth. Avoid it. I'm gonna avoid it. Come on, sit down and talk with me, Muta. No, I'm gonna avoid it. Come on, get on this live that I'll be calling people out every single night for a year straight. No, I'm gonna avoid it. That's kuffarism, ain't it? Disbelief due to substituting God's laws with man-made laws. And of course, that's our problem right here, because we say that man is God. Allah is the original man. The original man is Allah. The original man. I'm like Johnny Cochran. I can really defend your belief better than you could, but I'm not going to give you them bars. I can defend your belief in the difference between I ain't gonna give it to you. So the significance, it says opposition to iman. Kuffar is the opposition of iman or belief or faith. Moral and spiritual implication. Kuffar involves a conscious choice to reject the truth and is considered a serious sin in Islam. A conscious choice to reject the truth. Does hands mean hands? Does he mean he? You know what I mean? The truth, what is the truth? What is the truth now? And it says consequences at the end, at the final, at the bottom. According to some interpretations of the Quran, a kuffar can lead to eternal punishment in hell. So first of all, that's something that I don't even believe in, period. This is something I don't even believe in, period. The concept that Allah would keep any being alive or in existence, even in the spirit realm, for eternity. That don't even make no sense. Why would God do that? Why would God just not just unmake them? You just don't exist no more. Why do I need to hold you in some place called hell eternally? But that means you're powerless. That means God is not powerful enough to either burn that wickedness out of them or just uncreate them. Why I gotta hold them in some punishment of hell that they ain't never gonna be able to get no get back from? That don't even make no damn sense. That's so childish. That's so childish and so terroristic, terrible, that I can understand why certain people got the mentality that they got. Let me see, what's this? Disbelieve, we did that one. We did that one. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff I'm not gonna go into, y'all, but I just wanted to reiterate that. And I want y'all to go to my West Coast Cam personal channel, West Coast Cam channel, and check out today's full episode that I was just doing a little reaction to. And it's real funny, it's real entertaining, and I think y'all will really appreciate it. Let me get this off of here. There you go, Madan.
Yo, Cam, salute.
Oh man, salute, peace to you, Madan. What say you on these YouTube Monday night streets?
Oh man, it's you go, hey man, you bringing it out, man. You know what I'm saying? You definitely bringing it out with receipts. You know what I mean? And I mean, you can see that some people dealing with who I call Sir Spook a lot. You know, so I mean, you kick it. I mean, like the one brother, like the good brother say, you kicking the ballistics and kicking the statistics. So I mean, to me, you bringing out the evidence, man, and because from my understanding, it seems to me that Allah always sent a person. You know, whether it was Adam, whether it was Moses, whether it seems like it was always a man. Whether the Prophet Muhammad, you know,
the man comes with the book. The book just represents the man. The real book is the man. But since the man is going to die, then they have to have a book that records, the principles and accomplishments or whatever, the aim and the will and the function and the purpose of the man. But the real book is the man. But then, right, the book represents the man when he passes on.
I feel what you're saying, man. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why they won't have a dialogue, because I've been in the YouTube streets. Well, I've been trying to get on with you, but I had a debate and all that the other day. But I definitely was tuning in, listening. But I see a lot of Sunni Muslim debating other Orthodox Muslims. I've been seeing a lot of that in the YouTube streets. So I don't understand why they won't just come up here and dialogue. But I understand.
Yeah, you understand. Oh, you understand. Glad tidings. Is this something that you disagree with? Glad tidings. I don't know if you're agreeing with what I'm saying or you disagreeing. Can we see you and hear from you, or see you or hear from you live in real time? You don't have to show your face. You can do what brother Madan is doing. But I want to you know, if anybody disagrees with me, just hop on a live with me. I can't say it enough, and I don't want to be disrespectful about the typing piece, but I'm a black male descendant of slaves, and I'm from the illiterates, like Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. We don't read. We don't be reading words. We read man conversation. We read live interaction, live words coming out of somebody's mouth, or seeing their face when they speaking them to each other live. So please don't type. Please get on the live and talk. What's more important? What more important do we have to do, than type? I mean, then you can read like whatever you're copying and pasting. Just get on the live and say it to me live. Just say it to me live. Just read it live. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What you gonna say?
I was just gonna say you can spill it out faster when you just come on live and just say it instead of you just sitting there typing. Got to make sure you type the right letters and all that, and then you got to make sure your spaces. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Nate the Greatest said, I tried to stomach through Pure Islam's response video until he said Adam was the first man. I mean, that's just something that we're supposed to talk about. Like if the Quran says, and I'll put this back on, let me share this screen. If the Quran says those firmly rooted in knowledge, let's talk about what that means. What does firmly rooted in knowledge mean? Because that it's going to come down to some kind of showing and proving. It's going to have to do with some kind of proof. Mm-hmm. Right? So whoever disagrees with what I'm saying, this is what the chat is for. Now, where you going? They're going to rent you up out of here, Glad Tidings. Ahmad Jabril can't wait to tighten up your muffler. This ain't what the chat is for if I'm asking for you to talk. Because that symbolizes some type of a cowardice or some type of ulterior motive or something. If we really trying to get to understanding, and I told you that the majority of the followers on this page is black males that's functionally illiterate, like we was back in Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him's time. You know that we not read. You want to hide anything from a black person, they say put it in where? Put it in a book. So if you know we ain't trying to read, why are you typing? You're not really interested in us getting it, or you really not interested in, stepping up to the plate because you typing while I'm talking. And that's sus. That's suspect. Why even do that? I can't understand it, especially if what I got ain't the real Islam. I'm a kuffar, so you should just dust me off with the real words. And if you understand Arabic, you're supposed to be able to translate it. Everything can be translated. Everything can be translated. So translate it and prove that it's superior, and then prove your scholarship by showing what you or anybody that understands that translation has built superior than to what Elijah Muhammad and Farrakhan has built with the kuffar understanding. The kuffar understanding is more productive, right? Just like the atheist or the infidel understanding. They're not believers at all, but they master in that laboratory. Not one prayer, they don't know one hadith or one scripture, but they're in that laboratory giving y'all hell. Got all of the Muslim world scared to retaliate, scared to stand up for Palestine, scared to get them mad because whatever theology, you know what I'm saying, whatever God they believe in, they got them in the laboratory doing real shit to y'all.
Facts.
So what good is the spook space ghost guy like Muta? So they believe in a spaceship. No, y'all believe in them white men. Y'all believe in them white men dropping them bombs. Y'all ain't. I don't hear you talking tough against them like you talking against me.
Hey, that's real. Man. That's real,
bro. Stop me when I'm lying. But it say right here, and I can scroll. Y'all can go This is islamawakened.com, chapter 3, verse 7. We're not just going to take your interpretation, glad tidings. Here go 57 of them right here. Is yours the best? You know it better than all 57 of these guys? I'm going to go and bet on these 57 right here. You know, no disrespect, glad tidings to you. You know, whoever taught you or whoever that, you know, you going by. Here go 57 of them that say what I'm talking about. They verifying what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they can't. Like Michael Jackson said, man, it's can't get over it. I mean, you're too high to get over it, too low to get under it. You can't get around it, man. Can't get around that heat.
Glad tidings says chat equals cowardice. Yes. Yes. Clearly. So people shouldn't type while you talk? No, you shouldn't. If I'm asking you to explain yourself and letting you know that the need for that, and you just refuse, you're doing the kuffar thing. They just showed you that's a type of kuffar right there. You're doing a denial for that's a type of kuffar, according to what I just read. I'm not turning down nothing. I'm not declining nothing other than the stenography journalism typish secretary stuff. Like I'm talking like this is, I don't understand it, man. I do not understand it. Like if you go to a masjid or something, they're not going to be typing. They're going to be like, no, they're going to be talking like I'm talking. If you're talking about God, the most important subject for your whole soul, y'all want my soul to be eternally damned because y'all say it's eternally damned. So I may as well stand up on this soapbox, digital soapbox, and give it my all. I ain't finna be typing. I ain't finna carpal tunnel myself to death. I'm gonna let you see me, feel me, hear me, and call you out. So yes, in my personal, humble, limited understanding view, is absolutely cowardice. Absolutely cowardice. Yeah. So sorry, not sorry. That's what it is to me. You still there, Madonna?
Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, the same way he hit the send button to type in the chat, he could have hit that link. You know what I'm saying? So, man. But I mean, at the same time, man, I had to ask myself the question, and I think a lot of us, we the only species. This is how I see it. We the only species that asks, "Is there a God?" We the only. That's how So to me, we should have this dialogue because it's just in our instincts to, cats and dogs don't go around asking if they're more high. You know what I'm saying? But we as humans, we trying to find that. You know what I mean? And those, like you say, with I forgot what word you used. Great wisdom or something. You said.
Firmly rooted in knowledge.
Right, firmly rooted in knowledge. It's good for those that firmly rooted to go against those who might not be, or those who say they are, and then just let the people see how it fall. You know what I'm saying? How everything go.
Why? And then they're gonna say, well, you just looking for clicks and views. What? Why do y'all act like social media is not real life?
Right.
Why do y'all act like it's a difference? Like this is an act or something? Maybe it's an act to you. I say the same thing on social media as I say in real life. This is the same thing. So, Maulana Muhammad Ali is the translation that the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said was closest to correct for us in America and our understanding. And it says the same chapter 3, verse 7. He, meaning Allah, he it is who has revealed the book to you. Some of his verses are decisive. They are the basis of the book. And others are allegorical, metaphoric, symbolic language, figures of speech, fable. Then those in whose hearts is perversity, they follow the part of it which is allegorical, seeking to mislead. They don't want to settle on the part they know is literal. Like he means he, hands mean hands, you know what I'm saying? Face mean eyes, If it's allegorical, that's something we can even debate. You think that's allegory? Let's debate. Let's just prove how it's allegorical. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
Just
I think
prove how it's allegorical. What you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, I think you made a good point earlier, man. You made me think about it when you said, I think you read somewhere say we put this in the basically constellations up here. And
yeah.
Like who is that we? That to me, that's right. Who is that we? Now that's
absolutely. Let me find it if I can find it again. That's 37 8. Verse 37:8. Let me see if I can get this real quick, real fast. Because we coming out the Quran. This is what Muta wanted me to do, right?
Yeah.
But I ain't seen nobody show up to wrestle with me over this Quran that I'm reading.
Yeah, he said y'all ain't had no knowledge, you know.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
All right, let me stop this screen. Share that screen. 37. Safat. Hang on 1 second. I think that's it. Nope, that was wrong. Hold on 1 second. It's hard for me to see my old school eyeballs. Safat. There we go. There we go. So hopefully y'all can see that. And that is what was we talking about? You see my short time memory.
Yeah, we put this.
Okay. Yeah, so let me back this up. Yeah, let me back this up. Then I got to go to 4. Got to go all the way to 4. I want to just stop on 1, but I don't want nobody to accuse me of, well, that's that translation. That's that translation. So let me just find translation. I'm gonna find the translation that we always go by. And that's our translation. It says, by those ranging in ranks. It's 36, my bad. Surely we, Allah. First it says, the Lord, surely your God is one. Let me start up there. Surely your God is one God, the Lord of the heavens and the earth and what is between them, the Lord of the eastern and the western lands. Surely we, it jumped from God is one to surely we have adorned the lower heaven, or this lower heaven with an adornment, the stars. And there is a safeguard against every rebellious devil. And them devils cannot listen to the exalted assembly. What the hell is an assembly?
A group of people, from what I know.
It sounds like associates to me of the highest order, right?
Right.
Well, let's go back, because this is kind of like a soft serve translation. Let's go back to what they were saying. 8, other words for 8. Oh, my bad. I went to the wrong one. Now I don't even know how to. Okay, there we go. Preview. I keep going to that. That's wrong. Hold on 1 second. She's 37. I had to go back the old way. 37.4. But at least y'all can see this is the website I'm using. Y'all can use this same website to spank that backside as well. Verily most. So we was talking about 8. Go to 8. Bam. So let's go. So they who seek to learn the unknowledgeable should not be able to overhear the host on high. The host on high. This one say the host on high. This one says exalted chiefs, i.e. angels. And you can't say that's your interpretation. Don't put your interpretation in it. The highest assembly of angels, that's your interpretation in parentheses. They may not listen to the assembly, the exalted assembly. Over here, the host on high, the highest chiefs, the exalted assembly, the highest assembly of angels in parentheses. Why they don't all agree? The higher assembly, the exalted assembly, the lofty council, the supreme council, the higher groups, the highest assembly, the supernal elite. Damn.
Wow.
So them sound like associates to me. All I'm saying is that sounds like associates to me. That's in the Quran. That's not the NOI stepping on something or spitting on something or tampering with something. This is Orthodox Islam Quran translators of of Quranic Arabic into English.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Dracula Bay. I can't hop on the live with me, Dracula Bay. Here's the link. I would love to see you and let the people see what you look like and hear your wisdom, hear your spirit countenance and all that. There's the StreamYard link waiting for you, Dracula Bay.
Yeah, that word elite.
Huh?
Now I'm just gonna say that word elite, that stands out, man. Elite, every time I hear that word elite, it's always talking about, an echelon or a high echelon of people, or it's always associated with a multitude or multiples, or more than one. You know what I mean?
Dracula Bay, you got 2 minutes. 2 minutes, or you're gonna have to make a dummy page in order to come back over here, because we're gonna do you like the Quran said. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna drive you off from this exalted assembly. You're only gonna be able to hear but once, and you have to snatch away, and then a visible flame shall follow you. So we're giving you the chance to, just knock on the door and get invited in. Otherwise, we're gonna drive you off.
Hey, that's right. Hey, you better put some of this oil in your lap.
Right. You say I'm good? No, you're not. You're actually evil. See ya. Goodbye. You're gone. Welcome to the block party. Tell them Cam sent you.
That's 100, man.
Why y'all so good? Why is everybody I'm good? Why everybody want to come over here and be stenographers? That's crazy to me. That's crazy. But what was you saying before you were I so rudely had to cut you off, Madon?
Oh no, I was just saying, how in a lot of those translations, it's the word elite, it sticks out, and elite, supreme elite, high elite. To me, that's talking more than one. From what I get from it.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's clearly saying that. I'm scrolling. It clearly says that. It says all of it is plural. Assembly, council, elite. It's absolutely plural. And this is the Quran. This is not Cam. This is Cam reading the Quran to y'all. So they're telling y'all lies. They're telling y'all something else. I'm showing you the receipts. I'm just showing you what the book say. I ain't trying to interpret it. To me, assembly means more than one person. So if we get in on the dictionary again, maybe it don't mean more than one person to them. That's what I'm saying. That's the problem. Maybe the Orthodox, some Orthodox Sunni brains work differently to where they don't accept definitions. Like it's only gonna mean what they want it to mean. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah.
But I'm playing with the book that we all supposed to be going by, but they don't show up. Can y'all like this? Can y'all hit the like button and send this to somebody? Share this with somebody. Cam is on here. Brother Cam is on here by God's permission every day, asking for it. Nobody is showing up. If y'all been here, y'all see nobody shows up. But then once I post this up or in the comments, and somebody's gonna respond and comments be lit up. We like to type, I guess. I guess we don't like to really talk because you call it debate. I don't want to debate. I don't like to debate. I just like to ask questions and answer questions. It's not debate. I mean, whatever, man. I'm trying to figure out when that was a bad word, a taboo word that we can't even say debate no more. But I don't want to debate. I really just want to hear from you. I just want to see your face and hear from you. Hear what you got to say. That's all. That's really all I want to do, because that kind of, when people get on here, you can kind of tell, oh, okay, I shouldn't be listening to you at all. Nothing you got to say. So a lot of people, they look more respectable, and you can give them a benefit of the doubt if they typing, because you don't know what type of grade level 5150 or whatever that they working with behind a keyboard. As soon as they show their face, though, as soon as you get that very first appearance, you're gonna be like, oop, there it is. You ain't gonna say nothing with your mouth, but your eyes and your brain gonna be like, oop, there it is. You're gonna see what grade they in immediately.
Yeah. And I mean, I think the book said, let us reason together. Let's reason together. You know what I'm saying?
But they don't obey the book. The book say believe in the Torah and the gospel and the Zabur. So they're not doing that. Why would they do anything else they don't like?
You ain't lying, man. And then to me, the arrogance of to just come out and say, oh, the way y'all practice it is wrong, but you ain't got the heart to go lie with me and show me where I'm wrong and talk. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's pure cowardice, man.
Yeah, well, they say that we're the kuffars. They say that we're the what that say? The mushrikun, with the kuffar, mushrikun, shirk. You know what I'm saying? They got some bomb original Arabic words for us. They sound so official because it's in Arabic. They tongue lashing us and cursing us in Arabic. Burn your soul. Your soul gonna burn in eternal hell fire. Okay, man. I just wanted the conversation. I didn't know the conversation was that hard to have.
I feel you, man, because they was once unlearned, and I mean, and at the same time, I just don't understand it, man. Like I'm just confused how, especially with Moo, like, yo, bro, I thought he would be the first to step up. Like, okay, come on, but
did y'all get my earlier definition I posted about prayer and worship? Did you catch that?
Yeah, I saw that. Yup.
How they say they pray to a man and they worship a man. Let me put that up there one more time. I ain't gonna rehash it too much. They pray to a man. Well, prayer just means an earnest request or a petition. If you request or petition or beg or ask for somebody, you're praying. You're praying to them. Did y'all know that? You ask somebody anything, you're praying to them. And worship means high respect, honor, fame. Y'all worship a man? Yeah, we highly respect man. We honor man. We glorify man. Man is dignity and glory and distinction and renown, and we call Muhammad. I mean, Prophet Muhammad, because that means worthy of praise and praise much. So yeah, we pray to man and we worship man. Anybody want to get on here and dispute me with that? Anybody say that that's shirk or kuffar or blasphemy? I pray to men and women, and I worship men and women. Anybody want to get on here and dispute the definition of the words? Do you want the words to mean something else? Do y'all want the word prayer and worship to mean something else, according to your Christian desire?
Yeah. Hey, man.
Hey, man, I don't know what else to tell you but the truth and give you the receipts. But truth hurt, right? If you're on the wrong side of it, receipts hurt even worse. Receipts, they say, got some kind of toxic ink on them that you don't want to touch them.
Oh, man. Hey, that's a fact, though, man. That's a fact.
Oh.
But that's real about prayer, man. That's more clarity, you know what I'm saying, than what they teach you in like just the common church. You know, they don't just they don't, you know, they make you think differently than just it's like that. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah, but look how we busting up they evil magic spell of fear that they have on our minds. If you just get the words and find out how to use your brain and your words and go get certain data and lay it in front of the people and get clicks and views, look how you able to break lifelong curse spells of damnation, you know, and paralyzed mental and spiritual paralysis that your mama, your granny, or your pastor or somebody that had you in while they was making you pay, you know, your 10% every time you go to the church house. So I'm giving you the actual definition of the word, the concepts, and I'm challenging the people that was traumatized, that was cursing you, that was scaring you. That's how you tell the truth and make your people free. You call out them false prophets. You call out them pimps, and you see them don't show up. You see them scatter like the roaches and the rodents that they are. You supposed to be free from that. Like, you know what? I have been, you know, seeing Cam, I asked my pastor something that Cam said. I heard Cam said, and my pastor's like, why are you asking so many questions? You going too deep. You ain't supposed to question God, or the devil got into you. We want to pray for you. And did you pay your tithes? And they're going to hit you with all kind of different stuff instead of answering your question. And then that's going to drive you back over here to listen to some more. And then you're going to get some more questions and go ask your pastor again. And then you're going to be like, you know what? I think I'm done sponsoring this. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm getting more nutrients, more mental and spiritual satisfaction or nutrients from over there for free than my pastor then gave me every time, you know, since I've been going here.
Yeah, that's a fact, because I can understand their frustration, man, because when you're dealing with a spook God, man, it's hard to even put something together. You can't. It's like you trying to pull from all directions, and you don't know which way is up. Almost, you know what I'm saying. So it's like I can understand like why a lot of them don't come on, because it's gonna be hard to explain a spook God. I've been in the position. I understand. You know what I'm saying?
Man, Rube say chapter 22. I think that's Hajj or the pilgrimage, verse 67. To every nation Allah has appointed acts of devotion, which they observe. So let them not dispute with you in the matter, and call to your Lord. Surely you are on the right guidance. Yeah, everybody got different tests. Your Qibla is not their Qibla. God is testing everybody according to what he gave them. But he's not going to have you clashing and, you know, bumping heads against each other, because he know what he gave everybody is harmonious. It's harmonics. It's supposed to lock in harmony. So if he see any of us bumping heads, one of them or both of them is in the wrong. Yeah. Yeah, Ruben would say, you can't explain a lie. Yeah, that's what Brother Jabril used to say. You just got to tell it, because as soon as you try to explain it, you got to use truth to try to explain it, and you can't use truth to explain a lie. You can just tell it and just keep telling it, but you can't try to explain it, because you're gonna get stuck in the quicksand. You can get caught deeper and deeper in your own spider web, and now everybody gonna see you, help me, like the little fly. You're gonna get caught in your own web.
Yeah, lying. Yeah, lying.
BL, right. At least come ponder with us. If you ain't gonna come reason with us, at least come listen and think about what I'm saying, and go test it back with somebody else. Test it on somebody else. You ain't got to come here. You know, this is like the league. This, you know, this the pros. You might not want to hop in the ring just off the street with me, but take these moves and try them out in the streets. I promise you're gonna get some knockouts. I'm telling you how to twist it and hit right here on the chin. I promise you're gonna knock them out. I promise you.
Yeah, that's a fact. I've used some of the wisdom and knowledge I've gotten over here, and yes, yeah, trust me, yeah, you ain't lying.
Yeah. And if you don't knock them out, they're gonna know that you are a knockout artist. They're gonna know that you have some knockout information that you trying to test on their chin, and they're just not gonna show up. Because some people that have been knocked out already, and they, you know, they antennas is on like that, you know. So if you start coming like make a certain kind of move and you square up a certain kind of way, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna be like, oh nope, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, you right on that.
I'm gonna find me another Vic. I can tell how you squaring up that you know something. That's how they do.
I was just gonna say that was powerful, man. I didn't see that was my first time seeing when you showed the part on the Minister Farrakhan, where he was with the guys and they was basically, I think they was crowning him or something. I forgot.
Yeah. I wanted to play the highlights from the matter of fact, I'll do that real quick, and I'm not gonna play the whole thing. Of course, I can't. Share screen. Let me just find a new tab. Yeah, let's go to a new tab. Yeah, hold on 1 second, because I want to at least play the intro so y'all can. Yeah, this is the intro, fair use intro. Damn, where's the volume? Fair use, fair use.
That spanned the years 1996 to 2002 and took them to over 50 nations.
Listen to these
Australia,
nations.
Bangladesh,
Barbados,
Bermuda, Canada,
Easter Island,
Morris
Chile,
Islands,
Cuba,
Dagestan,
Dubai,
Egypt,
Ethiopia,
the Gambia,
Ghana,
Guyana,
Indonesia,
Iran,
Iraq,
Jamaica,
Jordan,
South Korea,
Lebanon,
Liberia,
Libya,
Malawi,
Malaysia,
Mali,
New Zealand,
Niger,
Nigeria,
Palestine,
the Philippines,
Qatar,
Russia,
Saudi Arabia,
Senegal,
Sharjah, Siberia,
South Africa,
Sudan,
Suriname,
Switzerland,
Syria,
Tahiti,
Tobago,
Trinidad,
Tunisia,
Turkey,
Uganda,
Yemen.
Zimbabwe.
So
during his World Friendship Tours, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan was welcomed by numerous heads of state, government officials, and religious luminaries, including
Dr. Hassan Turabi of the Sudan, President Omar Bashir of the Sudan, President Conore of Mali, President Taki of the Comoros, President Mobutu of Zaire, Grand Sheikh Tantawi of Al-Azhar, President Yahya Jammeh of the Gambia, President Jerry John Rawlings of Ghana, President Charles Taylor of Liberia, leader of the Libyan Jamahiriya, Colonel Muammar Gaddafi, President Muluzi of Malawi, President Bari of Niger, the Emir of Kano, El Haji Ado Bayero, President Yasser Arafat of Palestine, the Grand Mufti of Russia, Ravel Gainutkin, President Nelson Mandela of South Africa, Winnie Madikizela Mandela of South Africa, the Grand Mufti of Siberia,
fair use, fair use, fair use.
the Bona Sheikh of Saudi Arabia, Nader Shah Kachalayev, President of the Muslim Union of Russia, President Ramos of the Philippines, President Ali Abdullah Saleh of Yemen, the Emir of Qatar, Sheikh Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani, the leader of the revolution, El Comandante Fidel Castro, the Grand Mufti of Syria, Ahmed Kuftaro, President Mugabe of Zimbabwe, the Oba of Benin.
So the ones that just showed up on that video that I played, that was nothing. And these right here, that wasn't even all. Are you still there, Madon?
Oh yeah.
So do you think he was there sightseeing, vacationing, sunbathing? What do we think he was doing there?
Hey, that
what was he
powerful.
doing with them heads of state? Even if the heads of state is corrupt, even if this was elitist, corrupt politician, pawn puppets, was he there being corrupt? Did he go begging? Did he get some money from them? Did he go asking for money or something? Or did he go giving something like a warning? Good news and a warning.
Yeah, that make you think, the minister, black man coming up in America, just being able to meet that many top people, what we
rulers.
Say, right, rulers.
But that was Africa. Most of that is Africa. So so I forgot who was saying that they elitist or they sell out the ones that showed up with yesterday when they put the little white imam of the Muslim world cap on his head.
Yeah, people
were saying like they was like some elite political sellout type or whatever, like elitist. Even if they were, that don't mean that's what Farrakhan is. I'm not saying they were, but even if what you were saying is true, he still got it locked from the grassroots, from the streets and the ghettos to the top, from the masses of the people in Africa. Because I wanted to play that, but I just don't want to get no strike. This ain't my page. I mean, not strike, but a copyright. This ain't my page. But y'all can go watch it for yourself. The most of that is talking about the masses of people in Africa, the African Muslim, the Muslim world in Africa, the biggest continent on the planet. North Africa is Egypt, and the Middle East is right there across the Red Sea, so that's still the same section or zone. But that's why these people are so furious and so jealous and envious, insane in their envy because of that.
Yeah, I could definitely see that, because outside of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, by you showing that, the minister only man I could know that came up from amongst us that has done that. That I know of, in that matter. And at the same time, he went to Saudi Arabia. I mean, so to me, if they thought his Islam wasn't the real, he wasn't practicing real Islam, these people, to me, from what I know, they take this, they die hard. So it's like, if he wasn't this or practicing, it's like they try to put the rhetoric they try to put out there. Why would these people who've been practicing Islam for hundreds of years accept him, embrace him like that? That's the question I had to ask if I was just on the outside looking in.
Hey, same here. Free Thinker says, why Fidel Castro? Communism is against religion. Is Fidel Castro communism? Right? Who said communism was wicked? What is communism? Free Thinker, you want to hop on the live with me? You know what I'm saying? I don't have no beef with you or nothing like that. Who told you that Fidel Castro or communism was worse than white slavery capitalism? Who made you think that Fidel Castro and communism was worse than what happened to you? If you black, I don't know if you black or not. That's why I want to see what you look like, Free Thinker. Because Fidel Castro or communism or Russia didn't do nothing to us worse than this free land of the free capitalism did to us.
Right.
All right. So let me see if I can put this link in the chat. But Fidel Castro, if you know anything about that, you should ask yourself, why did America, the United Snakes of America, especially under JFK at that time, why was they always trying to, do you know how many times they tried to delete, I want to say the word, something Senate,
yeah.
Cash Look, Google how many times since Fidel Castro was the ruler or the commander did they try to get rid of him. Fidel Castro was our ally. Fidel Castro was fighting for black people. Original Cubans are black people. So we're against religion. We ain't into religion. We're into theology. We're into theology, not religion.
Yeah, that's real. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was like over 100 times, man. If I'm not mistaken.
Because he was protected by Master Fard Muhammad. So that's another person that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad established a relationship with, or instructed Minister Farrakhan to establish a relationship with, because Master Fard's protection was on Fidel Castro.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all seen the Godfather movie, Godfather 1 and Godfather, I think it was Godfather 2. When Hyman Roth and all that, they was trying to find a way to establish a foothold in the government of Cuba.
Mm-hmm.
But the rebels, you know what I'm saying, was rebelling against, that mainstream Americanism, setting up their corporatocracy over there. All of that, they always wanted a foothold, in Cuba.
Yeah. And that's real you say that, man, because I always wondered that. Because, I used to just do a study on Che Guevara and him and Fidel and all that history. And I used to wonder, like, knowing this devil, he don't usually miss his mark. And to not be able to delete him over 100 times, man, I always had to say to myself, I'm like, what kind of power? I always ask myself, what kind of power was protecting him? Because, they don't rarely miss.
Same one that was protecting Gaddafi. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So why are these two men specifically that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad first established relationships with, that got protected against the worst, greatest, strongest, most vicious, wicked, and intelligent, scientific beast on the planet in the history of the last 6,000 years? Yeah. So you see how old Fidel Castro was. He you know what I'm saying? So he stayed alive long enough for Minister Farrakhan to rebuild the nation, do the Million Man March, and then go over there and hug with his brother. Same with Gaddafi.
Mm-hmm.
So Allah kept him alive. He must have kept him protected for a reason. Yeah,
that's powerful, man. I think we as black people, we should ask ourselves, how did Farrakhan, why are these world leaders meeting with him? I mean, to me, that's powerful, man, because that's not,
and who is he in cahoots with?
Right.
If you say, so which Satan is backing him if he making all the Satans mad? So if the small cap Zionist is mad, you know what I'm saying, then what other Satan is sponsoring him? So is it the Crown? Is it the Queen of England? Is it the Vatican? Like who's protecting? Like, you know what I'm saying? Which Satans is he in cahoots with? Because he's making all of them mad. You know what I'm saying? All of them is foaming at the mouth to get him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I heard what's the fat boy my bad, I ain't really call him that. Man, the one guy, I forget his name, man, that fast. Roland Martin. He was taking. Yeah, I heard him the other day taking shots at the minister. I said, "Oh man."
I mean, hey, we'll see how it works out for him.
Right.
Right. Damn Cam is like that. It's like what? Cool Roa.
And I think he had asked you a question. He was when I saw him ask, was you in some movie called 100K or 100 kilos or something? I think that's what we talk about.
He said what? What did he say?
No, he was asking you. I seen him type something twice in the chat about were you in a movie called 100 kilos or something, I think.
Oh, bro. Yeah, it's like that. This show is about NOI or disbelievers, and this subject ain't about 100 kilos or a movie. I don't know what you're talking about. So yeah, it's like that. But let me go and put you on timeout. and show you that it's really like that. Our people, man. I mean, get into the intelligent subject. Get into the subject that we're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Was I in a movie? What you said? A kilos?
Yeah.
Like dope kilos?
Yeah, that's what I say. He typed it twice in the chat, and I'm looking like, what? I'm thinking to myself, like, oh, what the? I don't know.
Yeah. Can y'all hit the like button if y'all don't mind? Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Share this. Tag somebody that you would like to see go up against me or oppose whatever I'm talking about, because that's what we want. Me and Madon always is agreeing, so we don't want to hear agreeers. We want to hear people that disagree. That's what's going to get us where we need to be. We need to see how respectfully Cam disagrees or defends, you know, his arguments or the teachings of the NOI against people that's making slanderous claims or evil accusations or whatever, you know, that we kuffars or we did this or we did that or we not real Muslims. Please tag somebody that you know has said that we not real Muslims and see if they'll show up. And when they don't, you know, please report to us about what their excuse was. Type their excuse in the chat of why they decline.
Yeah.
Ruben said, quote, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, if I'm not from God, then I'm from a bigger devil than you. If it ain't from God, my devil is superior to you.
Hey, man, that's
Man, Uncle Big Man, salute. Uncle Big Man said, I personally called Rolling Out on his page. So he gave me a phone number to call to go on one, but never answered or replied to my voicemail. The whole gang out here.
Yeah, man. But yeah, you know, it's a lot of Mob Deep going on. I see a lot of shook ones out here, man. A lot of shook ones.
or what's the Nas one? Hey, shoot. Nah, I made you look.
Yeah,
just another something in my page in my rhyme book.
Yeah, that yo.
I made you look, y'all shook.
Man, that's what it is, man. I mean, hey, man, to me, if you can, I just see, like you said, it's a lot of typing going on, man. They should just go apply for that position and get that job. The amount of typing they be doing. I mean, you can work at the courthouse. I'm pretty sure that job opening need a lot of fulfillment, and all the typing y'all doing. I think y'all, cause y'all, some of these people in here type 65 words a minute.
Man, it's a whole bunch of coding and data entry positions. Y'all could be papered up right now.
You know, for real.
As beautifully as much as y'all like to type, trust and believe. I need a secretary. Sarah Garrett, walaikum salam. God, sis, God, queen. Good to see you. Peace. Yeah, man. We just disbelievers in certain, not all, but certain Sunni Muslims' interpretation of Allah and Islam. Right? I want to hear what y'all's explanation of we is. The Quran saying we, royal we. Why would he need to say we? It's an honorary word, or it's an honorary some term. Like what this is not old English. We don't have to translate old English concepts or something. We means we. This is God's talking. So we already know God is royal. He don't have to call himself we. You can skip that. I don't think God would mind if you don't call him we, if he don't really mean we, because that's confusing people. We means more than one. So if he's one, why keep saying we? That's confusing, ain't it? Is that confusing to you? Because it's confusing to me.
Yeah, one line you say he, then you jump down and say we. Yeah.
Man. Rube say these podcast screamers get real quiet in person. They get real quiet on the podcast. They get real quiet with me over here. It's crickets. It's campfire. Left lane hip hop. Did Captain T debate get set up? It was never a debate. But if you mean it was another conversation agreed to, no. because it wasn't about debate. It was about asking him would he do something, and he already said he wasn't going to do it. So it really was no need for me to even double back and follow through on that, because he said he wouldn't do it. He said what I asked him is demonic. He said what I asked him was demonic and a horrible, terrible thing, and you know, so it was no need to go any further with that. I wanted to do the Elijah challenge with him publicly, and he declined right there on the spot. So I don't think he would accept after he's just declined. So we really don't have nothing to talk about. So, and long story short, no. And it's not a debate. I don't like the debate. I just like to ask questions and answer them. That's all. I don't got nothing to debate about.
Yeah, he was pretty much just kind of like history repeating itself from the what was it, the Mubahala,
Yeah.
when he challenged the Christian, and you know they bowed down. You know,
Yeah, he wanted to do it tough. He wanted to find a tough way to bow down and punk out. You know, I have to still sound tough and call me something evil, like you know they call Jesus, like you doing all that by the power of Beelzebub. He said our whole theology, our whole belief is demonic. So all the good works that Elijah Muhammad and Farrakhan and the whole Nation of Islam, MGT and GCC and FOI has done for the last 95 years was all demonic. It was all by the power of Satan and Beelzebub and demons. So there's nothing else to do but for me to call him out like Elijah, and he already turned that down. So it was nothing. We had nothing to talk about. The works supersede any works y'all ever did. The level of you know testicles and want to put your whole life and faith on the line with challenging, you know, supersede anything you're willing to do. So what is there else for us to talk about?
Yeah, and I don't know nobody calling them for security and help and or you know nothing like that. Nobody calling out sorry y'all can the Israelites.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know, but I know they calling us, and some of us that some that call us try to, you know, abuse that as though we're employees, as though, you know, you're a celebrity or you're important, and you know you're doing us a favor by hiring us. You know what I mean? Boy, it's about to be a rude awakening. I'm a big man.
Am I echoing?
Not yet.
Oh, okay, good shit. Yesterday,
you cussing, though.
huh?
You cussing? You coming on cussing though?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. My fault. I'm driving, and I be driving. Past few days, I be listening, man. You be having me laughing, boy. You be having me laughing. But no, I think the brother is he knows within that he's not he doesn't have the knowledge that you were speaking of in the Quran. Says those with the knowledge.
Which brother? You talking about Mutar or
Mutar, brother Mutar? I think he means well, but he's caught up in his emotions, so he's reacting out of that. But what I wanted to say, he's from hip hop, and he was underneath Pac, and Biggie didn't respond at all to Tupac. And he supposedly forbade Junior Mafia and everybody else from responding. So he should know that either you're gonna go all in or you just don't comment at all. You know what I mean? So he should either step up or just leave it alone. But it's such a
he initiated it though.
I mean, yeah, I know, but it's the emotion. You know what I mean? It's so deep. I made a comment earlier when you started for the first 50 minutes. We was like, oh, them 50 minutes flew by. I was like, you are really hitting very deep in you hitting the people's foundation and knocking it down, man. And there's nothing but emotion to respond with. Like you said, the several ways that people deny the knowledge and all of that. He's going through all of that. He fits several of those characteristics and traits. And just personally, as a, not even a woke brother or none of that, just as a human being living in America, I've seen the no other religion, nothing, knowledge, wisdom, or understanding, not the gods, nobody has cleaned them up and stood us up to be honorable, reputable people, sisters and brothers like the Nation of Islam. There's no arguing that. There's no refuting that. And if you are willing to be honest and stand on your knowledge and not your feelings, nobody fits the description of the scriptures more than Farrakhan, Elijah, so forth and so on. But you are very scholastic, man, and I've learned a lot. Like I didn't know Galatians 4:24, Paul uses allegories for the two covenants from the
Nation of
Old
Islam.
Testament and the New Testament. He uses, like, I might misquote the names, like hypothetically Levi and Sarah. He uses those two people are not real people. It's an allegory to break down the covenants. And I never knew that the Quran says in the beginning that some things in it were allegorical. So I learned so many tidbits of knowledge and wisdom, because especially when I can't watch and I'm just driving for a couple hours.
Yeah.
So that's all I wanted to say was I think he knows that he doesn't have the knowledge to stand on it. And that's what else can you do being a hip hop? The man in him, whatever, is trying to refute and rebut and is hurting. But he should just leave it alone if he's not willing to come forward. And I just wanted to thank you I always learn, man, 4 or 5 things listening. You said some things yesterday about Islam, a lot of things I didn't know about Islam that I learned listening and just life in general. And you solidify things I know and help me feel good and secure my place. Like, okay, I was on the right path. I am on the right course.
Yeah.
And that's all I wanted to say was those things right there, beloved.
Man,
Appreciate it.
Man, you know, it's always lovely. I hear the echo now. I don't know if the folks didn't kick in or the Bluetooth is going to kick in.
All right, disconnect me. I'm going to hang up.
All right, Pete. So I just wanted to play this one more time. Also, if y'all didn't see this earlier, this is what kicked it off.
It was the Nation of Islam that established Islam, between quotes.
Yes.
Muslims, respecting the Muslims. Right. They weren't Muslims. They are not Muslims. They're kuffar and they're mushrikun. But nobody's going to allow me to deny the reality. Those Muslims who were incarcerated, who either came in as a Muslim, which is a very low percentage,
Yes.
or accepted Islam in the prison system, if they were in the prison in the 60s and in the 70s and up to the 80s, they will tell you that it is the Nation of Islam that established Islam, which wasn't really Islam, yes, in the prison system, that gained that respect, that you're going to respect us because we say we believe in Allah.
Right. Cool Roll. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
What's up? What's on your mind?
I was just asking, was you in that movie 100 Kilo? You look like this dude that was in that movie. That's all. I didn't mean nothing by it. I was just asking a question.
I mean, I appreciate it. What's your thoughts on the subject, though? I don't, you know.
Yeah,
I don't.
I see. I listen to you a lot, but I don't really. I don't know what to say about that stuff, man. I'm not really that deep into that. I listen, and I know a little something, but I had just jumped in.
No, it's all good. Was you born and raised Christian? Was you raised Christian?
No, I wasn't. Well,
Jehovah's Witness,
Baptist, I guess, but I don't really know about that stuff. I never paid attention to it like that.
I mean, as you know, you was born, and you know you're gonna die one day. You don't think about God. You don't think about.
I
life?
Think about it, but what can I do? I mean, I don't. I think about it. Yeah, I think about it.
I mean, do you think man is great? Do you think that we can create, that we got power like guys? Like you don't think about what your power potential might be in this life and what you might can exercise while you alive?
No, I really don't think about. Not to talk about, not to answer your question about it like that. I don't know nothing about. I listen and I think about stuff, but I can't. Yeah, I don't know how to answer that stuff. I would sound crazy if I tried to answer.
No, we already crazy. We've been slaves for 400 something years, so I don't expect you to be a scientist. I'm just like you. I came from the same place you came from.
All right.
So I came across or some information found me and improved my life, improved my children's life, improved my wife's life. So whatever I found or what found me, I want to, I'd be trying to share with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because I know
right. That's why I listen to you. I like the way you be talking and stuff. But since the guy asked me to get on, I let him know I get on. Ain't no problem.
Hey, there you go. There you go.
I ain't got no problem with that.
Hey, that's why I'm being quiet and let you talk, because anybody that if you a real one and you just gonna you don't got to be no scientist and know this and know that, but know you a man and you got some testicles. Yeah, I'm gonna get on what's happening.
Right. That's
I
the
can't
way.
do nothing but salute you.
And I was scared to get up. When he asked me that, I said, okay, I get on if I can do it, and I got on.
For sure. So I ain't got nothing but A plus respect for you now.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you jumped off the subject because we was talking about this.
See, because I came in, I read the title, but I thought I could I say, well, let me see if I wanted to see was you for real. I said I wanted if Cam a fool with me. That's why I was doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you actually fool with me. I like that.
What's the movie though? Is it like an independent hood movie?
Okay. MC8 they had something to do with that. It was about the freeway Ricky Ross dude. It was called 100 Kilos, and you look like this dude that played in that. If you see the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I might have. What role was he playing that looked like me?
He was the main character in that.
Oh no, that wasn't me then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that wasn't.
I don't know that dude's name, but he looked something like you. I always wondered. I thought it was you.
It might be Saphir. It might be my bro Saphir. Rest in peace. Everybody get me and him confused. Yeah.
But what's the subject about? What did you say again? What did you?
Oh man, it's 2 hours. It's 2 hours late, man. So you have to catch the. I'm about to get off here, but yeah, it's about Mutar. I mean Napoleon from the Outlaws. He a Muslim, Sunni Muslim, and
I listen to. I hear him talking to you like that.
Yeah, so it's just that same subject continued on that same type of subject.
Okay, all right. Well, maybe I'll catch you another time then.
Man, any day, every day, man. If you want to get on here, you know what I'm saying, you're welcome to get on here.
Yeah, that's funny you talking to me. That's funny. Well, okay, man. All right.
Man.
Peace.
Salute. Cool Roll. All right, peace. Yeah. Salute Cool Roll. Hey, showed up. He ain't hold up. All right. That's how you get respect over here with the real warriors, the soldiers. See, you ain't gotta know nothing, you ain't gotta be no scientist. Show up. That's what the Bible say. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna present my body a living sacrifice. I'm just gonna show up and let the Lord speak through me. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna say, but I'm gonna show up.
Right.
So I can't do nothing but salute that.
I know that's real, man.
Yeah. So yeah, I know I be talking a whole lot of biblical words because I was born in it. Like, I know how to speak that language, and since this is what people is using to say that our souls is damned, shit, damn. All this good work, all this sacrificing, and my soul is damned. Sheesh, that's rough. Ain't real Islam, but the respect for the Islam. Let me find this again. Let me play that one more time, man. Because that kind of really was hilarious. My man got the red beard. They be rocking them red beards hard. Salute. You know what I'm saying?
The Nation of Islam that established Islam between quotes.
Yes.
Muslims respecting the.
That's called he lacing the youth. He lacing the new generation of us being coffers. Shit, damn. Each one teach one.
Muslims. They weren't Muslims. They are not Muslims. They're kuffar and they're mushrikun. But nobody's going to allow me to deny the reality. Those Muslims who were incarcerated, who either came in as a Muslim, which is a very low percentage, or accepted Islam in the prison system, if they were in the prison in the 60s and in the 70s and up to the 80s, they will tell you that it is the nation of Islam that established Islam, which wasn't really Islam.
Dang, he gonna make sure that y'all know, young brother, young son, I'm gonna make sure you know it was, well, how am I supposed to respect them, uncle? You know what I'm saying? You keep on saying they copper and their soul is gonna burn forever. So how am I supposed to maneuver respecting them then? You know, they established, you know, making, you know, a hostile environment, warfare environment. They must have put down such tremendous demonstrations to where, you know, we get respect now as the real Redbeard Muslims. But should I respect them or not, Dad or Uncle? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you teaching these youth, man? Help me understand it.
In the prison system that gained that respect, that you're going to respect us because we say.
But nephew, I don't want you to respect them because they're coppers. Like, what are we teaching, man? What are you teaching, man? And why are our names and business so much in your mouth like that? We're not saying nothing about y'all. We just doing the work. We're doing the work. I guess that's enraging you because we're inspiring black people that ye are all gods, children of the Most High God, and God has come in the title Messiah to return what was taken from you, return your power back to you and your rulership back to you, as you used to be the tail. Now you about to be made the head. You was at the bottom. He's came to bring you back to the top. And people like this don't like it. Like, damn, I thought that's supposed to be the gospel, the good news.
Right.
The good news is no, you know, we got to learn Arabic and we got to submit to some white Arabs and, you know, hope that after we die, we get 72 virgins and shit. I don't know, man. Damn, 72 or 70 or whatever. I don't, because the Quran don't say that. I'm just clowning. The Quran don't say nothing about in heaven you're going to get 72 virgins. Absolutely not. So I don't know where to say that at. I think you or somebody, Madan, was saying that, you know, they just as bad as the Christians now, that because they make the hadith above the Quran. Somebody said that they hold in the hadith above the Quran, just like the small caps hold the Babylonian Talmud above the Torah.
Yeah, I'm not sure who said that, but that's heavy, man.
It's cold, man. But why is this, man? Why are you doing this, man? What we do wrong? What we do so wrong, man? What we do so wrong?
I mean, it's weird. It's weird to me, man. Like I mean, I understand why, but you know,
and even and this, well, I don't want to go in on shit. We want to respond to people that got such negative stuff to say about us. Just the appearance, just the whole red beard thing and the dress or whatever in North America, you know, with sandals and all of that, you know, that's tradition. That's not Islam. That's you copying and pasting. That's you copying and pasting some 1,400 years ago. Brother Brent.
Assalamu alaikum, soldier. How you feeling?
Man, I'm blessed. How you doing, my good brethren?
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Just very quickly, this is a question to all of those who say what the brother, the clip you just played.
Uh-huh.
Now, you say the nation of coffers and blah, 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 but your leaders, your imams, your muftis, your scholars all have accepted and respected the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan all over the world for what he teaches and what he's been teaching from the beginning. So my question is, do you refute them? They've accepted him. They've respected him. And those are the ones that you claim as your leaders. So are they coppers for respecting and accepting his teachings as well? If you're going to do it, then do it all of the way. If you say that we're kuffars and your leaders have accepted it, then what are they?
Well, they say that those are sellouts. Those aren't real scholars. So the scholars that we bring up, they say are sellouts or political puppet sellouts or something like that. And people is telling me that the real scholars don't accept us. Well, we've been from top to the bottom all throughout the planet.
Exactly.
And I'm trying to find and somebody told me it's I shouldn't even repeat this, but he said it's millions of scholars throughout the Muslim world that don't accept the so clearly when you said millions of scholars, then no, it's millions of believers in scholars. There's no millions of scholars.
Right.
Because if there was millions of scholars, that means scholars means rulers, leaders,
right?
Leaders of Islam, and scholars would have something to show that proves their scholarship.
Exactly.
Right? What is the proof of your scholarship? What have you built? Who have you built? Not just what have you built, because anybody can get together and build a building. Who have you built? Because this is about people.
Right.
Let's line up the quality of people that you've built with your scholarship versus what Elijah Muhammad and Farrakhan had.
Yes, sir. And to that point, if your definition of scholarship, is what it is, well, not your definition, but the definition of scholarship is what it is, it's a proof of who you've built, what you've built, your following, your, accomplishments, then bring forth, like you say, your leaders who have those accomplishments to prove their scholarship. Bring your leadership on that say that Minister Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam are kuffars and all of that. Bring them to the forefront. Don't you come, because you're not a scholar. You're not on the level of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan to be able to even compete in his scholarship. So bring those ones on. Those are the ones we want to talk to. Those are the ones we want to see and have them prove that we're kuffars.
They won't even show up themselves.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, that's my point.
Alone bring the scholars.
Exactly. So it's like, I hate to use the word underlings, but those who are not in to the level of scholarship that you claim is the ones that know it all. Why haven't any of them spoken up? None of them.
Well, I've been calling them out for the last.
Yeah, I know that. That's my point. I mean, I've been watching for a long time, brother. I haven't seen any, and everyone that comes on that claims to be at any level of scholarship in the subject always falls apart, always gets emotional, always, tends to lean on the same, it's almost like anytime you talk about the small hats, they use the anti rhetoric to dispute anything you say. You know what I'm saying? It's like they put the kuffar in the place of the anti that the small hats use. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like you use that, and it's like, but where's your scholarship? If that's all you got to fall back on, it's like, it's almost like a little child. Anytime you prove a little child wrong, oh, you just a stinky head. It's that type of logic that you using. Come on, man. We need scholarship because we're trying to save souls. We're not here trying to prove nothing to nobody other than what the truth is from a Quranic and a biblical standpoint. That's all we're doing. And none of you have been able to refute it to the nth degree. So just stop it. And why are you even against us for doing what's been the most successful program here in America? Why are you even against that? What is it that makes you want to turn against something that has proven to turn, prostitutes and drug dealers and murderers and all of that to productive men and women, to people striving to be right? Nobody's perfect. We all make our mistakes, and we continue to make our mistakes, but we continue to strive to be gods. That's all we're doing. That's all we're teaching. Strive to be God.
But that's already shirk. And if you believe that we can never be that with God, if God comes and breathes into you like he did Adam and tell the angels to prostrate to you, that's still not enough.
Right.
You're still not going to say that the man is divine, even when God put his own spirit into the man and told the angels to prostrate, bow down, and obey.
Right. If
So
we're
it's
if we're in his image and after his likeness, his image is we look like him. His likeness is that we act like him. That's how he made us.
But that's Christian. You're talking Christian talk. You got to stay in their book, because Christian, that's the argument for Christians. But in this book, and their argument is none is like him.
Right.
None is like him. So you can't use that argument. So now you gotta whoop them with their own book. If this the book you want to stay in, then I'm gonna whoop you with this book. That's how you got to do that. And that their issue is envy and pain and weakness.
Yeah.
Envy, pain, and weakness, because you can't prove the God that you claim is Allah to be true or real.
That part.
You can't claim that you know him because you never seen him. You don't know what he is. You say that he ain't even comprehensible, but you call him a he, and the Quran say he got two hands, a face, eyes, a shin, and human emotions.
Right. Which it really puts them in a kind of from a Christian standpoint, because from the way, you just explained it, you see God as a mystery God. And mystery means the unknown. So you don't know God.
You can't say that you know who Allah is if Allah is a mystery by definition, what you just said, Brant.
Right. That's my point. It's like you guys are kind of going back and forth from the Christian belief to the Muslim belief. Just like you're teaching Christianity out of the Quran almost with this mystery God thing. And it's like,
that's why I said it's those firmly rooted in knowledge. Firmly rooted in knowledge.
Yes,
firmly rooted in knowledge. So knowledge of what? They're going to say, well, knowledge, the knowledgeable is meaning like I memorized the Quran. That's not knowledge. Okay. And even if it is, the last of that verse says, and only men of understanding. So you might know the Quran, meaning I know what it says, but do you understand it? No.
Right.
So.
And that's what's meant by being taught the book and the wisdom. Being taught the book is the words that are in the book. Being taught the wisdom is the understanding of those words that are in the book. He didn't just say teach you how to speak it from memory. Okay, I know the ABCs by memory. Does that make me,
Right. I knew that. Yeah, I know when I was in elementary school, the 6th or the 7th grade, we memorized the Declaration of Independence or the
right. And I still don't understand it.
I don't know what the hell I was saying.
I'm 54. I still don't understand it.
Yeah, or people that recite my raps from that live in Japan or something. They don't know what the hell I'm saying, but they know it word for word. They know it, but they don't understand
it. Exactly. Unless that the one who wrote it sends a teacher. And that's what he's done. He sent us the teachers in the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. He sent those teachers. I mean, but again, to reject the knowledge is God's going to reject you. So that's that curse.
Yeah, I just wanted to play that, and right here is that is Ahmed, may Allah be pleased.
Ahmed D-Dot, yes, sir.
Ahmed D-Dot was known for just verbally slaying ninjas, you know what I'm saying? He was one of the coldest debaters for Islam against the top Christian evangelicals and all the top.
Yes, sir. I've seen his clips as well.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So, but you see, the respect that he's showing, you see, so ain't nowhere near is the FOI new to this.
At all.
Just because we don't flaunt it or brag or whatever, you're not gonna know. It's just like it reminds me of Yoda on Star Wars or I forgot. I don't know if it was Kung Fu Hustle or something like that. Just because these masters, they old, they walking with a cane or whatever. You know, you think that they ain't still masters. Like they don't even
Right, till you run up on them.
until you run up on them, man. And you realize that you don't even have no style or no technique that can withstand what they finna put on you.
Right.
Because they
Right.
ain't even fighting with physical stuff no more. They fighting with qigong or something. They pushing matter and moving molecules or something.
Yeah, that's like that old karate movie. I think it was the 36 Chambers, where he thought he could go to the last chamber and start from there, and they were doing things that he couldn't even understand. Yeah, it's like that. But that's it, brother. You know, I just wanted to hop on just to ask that question. You know, this more posing it to them. But yes, sir, brother. Keep
All
on,
right.
brother. I'm here with you. You know, salute, brother. Give your brother Reuben the greeting and your family the greeting for me, soldier.
Man, we'll do and do the same also, Big Brand.
Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. James Bond. I think you got on here with me one time, right? You got 3 minutes. I don't want to block you. It's very entertaining. This is what we here for. So James Bond, I need you. I need that. Need that fade. Hop on here with me. I think weren't you the one told me, what did you tell me? You told me something. I know when I see your face, I'm gonna remember it, but you told me something that I want to revisit. What did you tell me, James Bond, when you hopped on the live with me? Because you said that you wasn't born in the nation, but it was something that hop back on the live with me, James Bond. Would you please?
He must don't know. You can buy a scholar for $1.
Hop on the live with me. If not, I get off of here. But I want to give you your shine. I want you to rise and shine, James Bond. Say a scholar is a specialist in a particular branch of study, not a ruler. If you're a specialist, you're a ruler. James Bond. A teacher is a ruler.
It's some of the but that's why a lot of I think we've got some of these scholars is the anti, they just some of them out here, we can discern, it's like they say we gotta have discernment and know how to, filter through this and see what's really the truth, man. And I was just gonna say, because I keep hearing, you know what I'm saying, y'all ain't saying this ain't the real Islam and what y'all teaching, but I'm a minister saying, I don't know if you played it or I heard it somewhere else where he said if Islam is to go to the four corners of the earth, a lot of them ain't spreading it. Like, why black people don't know more about it from their perspective, right? Like the nation have shown black people. They ain't came over here. Why y'all gatekeeping it from black people? Y'all version of Islam? I don't see it.
James Bond, where you at, man? You didn't get the link? You see the link right there. James Bond. Brother Cam wants you. Uncle Cam wants you. You don't want to show back up. Something that he said, man. James Bond, as soon as I see your face, I'm gonna remember it. He told me. Yeah, man, I forgot. It was so entertaining.
I was trying to think.
Now
I was trying to see if I remembered him.
Yeah, you remember once you see him.
That ain't the one. That ain't the guy that said he was a part of the nation, and then was like.
He said he wasn't a part.
He wasn't registered. He wasn't registered or something. But he was part of it. But he was never. Yeah,
that's the one that said that he's from mosque number 1, but it's not a mosque no more. It's not mosque number 1 no more. Something like that. But yeah, I think that was him, if I'm not mistaken. But I guess since you ain't showed up, James, we're gonna have to send you to the party. Send you to that Dave Chappelle, Erykah Badu block party, bro. I don't want to.
Hey, you gave him ample time, man. You gave him ample time.
Right. Well, I ain't gonna do it. I'll leave it alone. If one of them want to send you to the sunken place, to the upside down, then they can. I ain't gonna, because I really want to hear from you, because some of y'all be on, on 5150 status so much that it's entertaining. It's because you can't take it seriously. We know it's just content, but at least I'd be bored. I want somebody to oppose me on these YouTube situations, but I feel myself getting flat. I feel my energy getting drained. So that must mean that it's about time to go.
Hey, I feel you, man. I feel you, man. But it to me, it just shows and proves what's truth and what's falsehood. Because if you got the truth, you're not gonna be embarrassed. You're not gonna be shameful. You're gonna say it wherever you please. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, at the right. I know it's all about time, and but and how you coded at the same time, but you will still come out to the people and express it.
And it's we in the comfort of our own homes or cars or cell phones. I mean, it's no inconvenience whatsoever for you. There's no discomfort for you whatsoever. You're not, it's you want to be on public. It's social media. Like it or not, this is real life. Social media is real life. Just because people lying on social media don't mean it ain't real life. If you walk out the house with fake hair and fake eyes and fake body parts, that's still real life. You just fake.
Yeah.
That's still life, real life, just like the internet. This is real life. If somebody is on here capping or acting or saying something that, they ain't really living, that's just them. They was going to do that every day when they walk out the house anyway. You can't act like social media is a different place or something different. That's y'all's rule. I don't even know how these rules came up.
No, that's real.
Because these youngsters ain't taking it like that. These youngsters is sliding and blickying each other. So this is a very real place. Matter of fact, social media is a little too real.
Man. Yeah, man. It's like I guess it's almost. It reminds me of like that. Remember that song they used to play on the beginning of Freddy Krueger? Some that 1, 2 Freddy. It's almost like they think the spook gonna come get them. 1, 2, the spook coming for you. Like come on, man. Like
yeah, Beetlejuice or Candyman. Like they don't want to say the name. Or Cool Roy. Thank you. All love and respect, bro. Thank you for the conversation and the super chat. I don't even trip. James Bond said, I don't want to chat. I'm just schooling the brother on what a scholar is. I'm the one who was talking about what a scholar is. You schooling me? Come school me. I want you to chat. We don't like typing over here. I need to probably put that in the heading or in the template. Like, don't type. I don't know, man. I don't know. The no typing segment. This is the no typing portion of the show or something. Right,
yeah.
Lance, Bloody Mary for sure. Exactly. Bloody Mary, Candyman, Beetlejuice, all of that. I didn't put myself in that category.
Hey man, it's an amazing situation, man. And it's just a dialogue, But I understand that social media, it lasts. It's going to last. People going to be able to run it back and all that. And I can understand, people, But I mean, if your faith is strong and you're strong in what you believe in, to me, it shouldn't matter.
Is it even about faith, or is it just about facts? I don't even really be on the faith piece too tough. I mean, I got faith, but my faith is based in facts.
Right.
I got faith in facts. I think facts is more effective than feelings or beliefs. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put you to the test. You can you You can recite Arabic, you can recite scriptures. None of that moves me. That makes me want to fade you even more. You know, a lot of people be, you know, how you when you was growing up and you was little, somebody in middle school or elementary, they, you know, I know karate, and they start doing all this before they fight. You know what I'm saying? To try to scare you.
Yeah.
Like somebody that really scrap, like, you know, I want to see what it feel like to get kicked with a karate kick. And
Right.
then we're gonna test you and realize you don't know how to karate kick. And then we're gonna, you know, do you worse. Gonna do you worse than what we was gonna do you before, because you tried to bluff me with acting like you was tough and you know how to do something.
Yeah, like Otis.
Yeah. Oh, or Dragonfly Jones.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. Dragonfly Jones.
Silent punk, old lady punk.
Oh man.
So that's what I'm on right here, because this is not a play thing, but y'all want to play. Y'all want to play when it's not playtime. And if you're not playing, you know, if that's your version of being serious, then I feel sorry for you. Because it seems like, I don't know, and this is no disrespect, because this don't apply to all Sunnis. This only applies to the Sunnis that's saying what my man was saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like they bragging about having the numbers now. Like the NOI ain't got the numbers like they used to be. Oh, okay, so are you getting froggy? Is it like, so is it a gang of Sunnis that got bit more numbers that you're suggesting wants to do something physical? Like what? I don't understand what that means, because I really think this is the COINTELPRO plants that's in the Sunni community, because real Sunnis don't be on this time. Just like real 5%ers don't be on this time. The real Sunnis is going to say, you know, okay, to them, their belief, and to us, ours, and Allah sorted out in the end. That's what real Sunnis is going to say. The fake ones is going to say, no, y'all are kuffars and y'all are shirk and all of that type of stuff. But if you got the numbers, like, who, you know, do you think that the FOI is no longer like the FOI that established the respect in the penitentiaries? I'm trying to understand what, you know, what the point is. What is it? I mean, I do understand it, but I'm trying to get them to say it. And I'm saying this based on DMs and private messages of you know, I got it, of trying to get physical and shed, you know, fluid, red plasma fluid from me, you know, people like me, by people that claim to be from that community, because of how I'm responding to Muta, right? Wow. So since it's like that, or, you know, and I don't really believe it's like that. I believe that that's COINTELPRO that's trying to make me verbally speak and actually create that environment, create that atmosphere like it's beef. So that's not what I'm doing. That's why I try to keep it locked on the ones that's saying what they saying. I try to be careful and not broad stroke brush, you know what I'm saying, all 5%ers, all Sunni Muslims, all Israelites, all nobody, Christians. I try not to do that. I try to get my man. I just try to get my man. Mm-hmm. So if y'all taking it that way, like I'm, you know, I apologize, and I definitely don't mean that. But whoever means like what he's saying or what Muta's saying, I mean you. Then yeah, I do mean you. I mean to get you. You're one of the mans I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, that's 100. And I wanted to ask the brother Mu, where did he get the information from that to come out boldly and say y'all numbers are low? Like what information did he read or go retrieve or fact checking that can show and prove that, you know?
It don't even matter to me. Numbers don't matter at all, because Allah is always with the fewer numbers. Like he don't, like any Muslim should know better than that. You should know not to brag about numbers. especially at the judgment. You know what I'm saying? In the day of judgment, the master of the day of requital. This is not the time to brag about numbers, because the mass numbers are the ones that's going to get wiped out.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Have you seen this guy? I don't know why this guy popped up on my timeline, man. He said the name of the channel is The Mahdi Has Appeared. Have you seen this guy?
I don't recall. Why? What is he saying?
Well, basically, he going in on Sunni. I guess he called himself the Mahdi, but the name of the channel is called The Mahdi Has Appeared. The guy kind of looked like he's Middle Eastern or something, but he just I don't know. He popped up. I was just checking out his video earlier, but he was showing how a lot of the people who practice Sunni, how they was going off and they have a misunderstanding of the book, and it just reminded me a lot of the stuff that you were saying as well. I just seen him today.
But I'm not against Sunnis. That's the right part. Like, I don't want y'all to mistake this. I'm against the individuals, right? If it's a group of them and they all are promoting that, I'm just responding to individuals. I'm trying to be extra careful and specific about not just broad stroke verbal carpet bombing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anybody. I'm only talking about those that's talking about us. If you saying we kuffars and shirk and all of that, then I'm talking to you. That's all. And it don't mean we arguing. Like Wardeen he probably still was saying that Farrakhan was a kuffar, but they still was sitting down together.
Yeah.
How far? Okay. So what are we gonna do about it? Okay, just go out teach me. Just see if you can go out reform black people and I'm gonna out reform black people against you using this kuffar theology. And you know what I'm saying? But at least the people gonna benefit from it either way.
Right. Yeah, and Moose should be willing to get up and show the people of his faith why if he gonna say, oh y'all, but I can't sit down with someone who believe in a spaceship. I mean, I would be quick to show my people who are my faith, like, okay, let me show y'all these guys and why y'all shouldn't do this and why y'all shouldn't listen to them. But I mean, I understand why he ain't want to do that, because he's gonna run into some roadblocks.
Yeah, and it was something that you were saying about him about the numbers. It's still something about this numbers. Why they trying to make it seem like?
Yeah, because I know you don't like. I know you mentioned before, like, you don't care about the numbers because the masses is going, like, you know what I'm saying, pretty much the one who is going to be the unbelievers. But I was just wondering, like, did he do some research or something? Like, I know, you know what I'm saying, like, I don't understand that, like, the numbers don't matter, but to just come out and say that, I wonder, did he do some research on it, or did he find something, or did he read something? Because I don't know how he would be able to get to see if they were low or not, or you know what I'm saying?
Right. Ruben said, those who use the prophet's name to shield their dirty religion, their dirty practice, also to deceive the people. And Abdullah E says, I never heard Imam Wardeen say that about Farrakhan. Oh yeah, he definitely did. He definitely said that about his father. Wardeen said that about his own father. You know what I'm saying? So yes, he definitely said that. But even saying that, his father said, I played it the other day. I wouldn't say that I'll take the life of my son and my grandson just because they deviated. No, I don't allow you to delete them. He'll wish that you was deleted, that you would delete him after what Allah gonna put on him.
Yeah, that's what he said. I heard
said about his own son, that same son, and his grandson and other family members that went with them. For that, this is before the Honorable Elijah Muhammad even departed. When people were saying he left the nation, no, he got put out. He got put out, and then he agreed to come back in. That's a hypocrite. If you didn't really believe that, then why you come back in?
Facts. Man.
So if you saying Allah's with you, Farrakhan, but you don't really mean it, and you coming back to be a FOI and you don't really mean it, then what is that?
That's suspect.
I'm not saying that that's the case, but you tell me what that is.
Yeah, that's where we from. Where I'm from, I know that's Cointel or that's suspect or something. Something riding in the cotton.
Yeah. So, but the numbers. So numbers. They just like social media when they be governing these numbers. As a matter of fact, hit the like button. 103, 105. Some people in the chat. I appreciate y'all for being here. If you don't mind, hit the like button. Let's try to get the likes up to that number if it's not already. But the numbers influence people. Numbers are manipulated and used to control whether something looks like it's cracking or not. So it looks like if it's popping or it's successful or not. If it looks like a lot of numbers, then you want to find out why a lot of numbers is there. You want to hear what somebody is talking about. So the Satan that controls these social media pages and websites, they can govern the numbers. They can govern or shadow ban or censor or whatever, or turn down your numbers. And it might be 1,000 people watching, but they say there's only 50 people watching.
Yeah.
Because that's a psychology. That's a psychology tactic or weapon. You know what I mean? A behavioral scientist that knows that people want to be a part of something that's cracking. People want, we move like the Savior, Master Farrakhan Muhammad said, people, are strange. They move around together like fish in schools. They like sheep. You know what I'm saying? They follow a pack. So if you find, like Rube used to say, what is that called? The goat or the Judas goat or the Judas sheep. That one in the front. If you can get control or manipulate that sheep or that goat in the front, that's gonna lead the whole herd wherever you want them to go.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So they know that that's the influence of numbers. If they can see numbers and they can manufacture numbers, they can pay a gang of people to show up for Kamala Harris campaign because they got Sexy Red and Megan Thee Stallion twerking and all this kind of stuff just to get the numbers there. Because they say if it's a crowd, you're going to feel like you missed out. FOMO, fear of missing out. Girl, it was popping. It was such and such. We all want to be part of the thing that's popping, that's cracking. So they got to make it look like the nation ain't cracking. The nation don't got no numbers. Because the mainstream media ain't going to promote them thousands and thousands of yearly FOI MGT graduation videos. You know what I'm saying? Savior's Day graduation ceremony videos. They not gonna play that. And we don't feel like we gotta play it because we already know it. We already live in it. But they try to take advantage of the fact that we're not vain, we're not vanity, we're not clout chasing. So then they lie chase. They slander chase because they see that we not clout chasing. We not posting up, how strong that we're stronger in global respect and influence. We're not posting that up. We just doing the work. And then they feel like since they not posting, we finna slander them. And then that get us to respond and we start hitting them with little receipts and tearing their whole little backside out. So
yeah, that's a fact, man. And and like your point you was touching on earlier, it was like, oh, y'all just looking for clicks and views. I mean, that's what all the news outlets do. All the major news outlets is, like you said, it's all about the clicks and views to get the message to the people.
Right.
The news, you know what I'm saying?
But they try to make that see. It's like they say, y'all followers. You damn right. Thank you. Say that loud. Y'all just followers of Farrakhan. Thank you. You just right. That's like you telling me my name is in the book of life for the Lord. You think that's gonna make me like, nigga, I ain't no follower? Is that what you think it's gonna do? Like, no. I'll be like, all praise is due to Allah. I'm a follower. Yes.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right. I'm a follower of Farrakhan, not of Redbeard 1400-year sandal tradition, space ghost, space god. I'm not the follower of that. I'm a disbeliever in that. Right? Mac Muhammad said third coast. I see you tap in third coast. Mac Muhammad said the Sunnis, and I want to say the Sunnis. Let's not start with that. Some Sunnis, whichever Sunnis say this, but don't say the Sunnis. That's just like saying the small, the J's. It's not all of them. But some Sunnis say that we are not practicing al-Islam, but they are practicing old Islam. Allah has set up a sun rising in the west to be a light to the Muslim world, right? Yeah, don't be careful. Don't say that. The Sunnis, they gonna twist you up by saying that. Same day parlay, peace. James Bond, love you, bro, and only wish you the best. We just happen to have a difference of opinion. Absolutely, I love you too. I think I know you, and I have a reason to love you more than you seem to love yourself. I love you because I see and believe that you are Allah, a baby Allah with the unlimited value and priceless value and potential of the Allah that I pray to. But you don't believe that. You don't believe you're valuable. I love you more than you love you. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's the problem. View from the Mud TV. Walaikum salam. Late, but Ohio in the building. Ohio. Hit that like button. View from the Mud. Say hit that like button. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Reuben Muhammad said, Holy Quran, chapter 26:53, and Pharaoh sent heralds into the cities proclaiming, these are indeed a small band. These little FOI, Muslims are indeed a small band. They're small. They're not the masses. Surely they're a small band. Surely we're dominant over them. And they have surely enraged us. They got that enraged again. Yeah. We got the numbers and we're enraged and we know what they're coming to do to us and wanting to do to us. Because surely we are truly a vigilant multitude. We got the numbers. Yeah, you was tuned in, Rube, because that numbers, that thing about numbers is still itching my brain. So of course that's the Father saying, don't let that go yet. Something about that numbers thing that they trying to work with. They trying to use to inspire everybody else that y'all must be falling off. Farrakhan is old. Y'all ain't got them numbers. Them scholars, that was from way back in 1990 something or 1996. That's how they trying to play it. Well, I thought your shit was way back from 1400 years ago. What do you mean?
What's y'all excuse?
Yeah, at least you could see our track record. You could see our accomplishments. It's on video and tape and stuff. Million Man March, World Friendship Tour, Elijah Muhammad, FOI prior to 75. You could see ours. You got any pictures of that 1400-year-old accomplishments? Since ours is so played out.
And we can see the students it produced that, you know what I mean? Man.
So yeah, let's just test it. That's how they felt about Elijah Muhammad. Oh, the old man finna die and it's washed up. It's all watered down. Oh, okay. Well, we'll see. If you think the FOI, you think the registered FOI is his only soldiers and warriors on this planet, all you got to do is test it. Test the theory. Come on, Cletus, just test it. Get your Hercules on. Get your Hercules on. You outnumber us. The Quran say, you got havoc-making angels, 2,000 or 5,000. If you come at them in a headlong manner, he'll assist you with 5,000 of havoc-making angels. Apparently, that's, I don't know, what is that? Spook angels, whatever. Either way, it's gonna be in whichever our camp's favor that's really with Allah. So if we ain't really with Allah, then 5,000 havoc-making angels gonna be on y'all side and gonna tear us up even more.
Hey, that
so
reminds me.
Call for it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it remind me, the guy I was telling you about, he was talking about how some of the Sunnis believe when it comes to the Mahdi, he was saying how the Mahdi's he only supposed to know, but overnight he's supposed to get the knowledge and change the whole world overnight. Is that true, or do some of them believe it that way? I'm not sure.
You said some of the Muslim world
Sunnis.
that believers in the Mahdi do what?
Yeah, the guy was saying how some of the Sunnis, they believe that the Mahdi, like he gonna be like the Most High Allah gonna put the knowledge in his mind overnight, and he's going like pretty much change the whole world or something. He was saying to that effect.
Yeah, I would say you have to bring him over here to say that, because I don't even want to speculating or guessing or misquoting what they believe. But we won't know if they don't show up and tell us what they believe, right?
Yeah, there was this guy I was telling you from the channel called the Mahdi has appeared or something. I guess he's
I ain't going looking for. It's unlimited millions of people that got their own crazy stuff they saying against the nation. I ain't driving myself crazy chasing after them. If it's somebody that got a big following that's on my radar, that's from my reality or lifestyle, like Mutar Beard or Outlaws, a rapper and all of that, and Tupac, then I'll respond to it. But I don't chase any and everybody. You know, I invite them. They can come over here, but you see they don't show up. And then once I go chasing down the ones that I know, they don't show up. They don't show back up no more.
Yeah,
so yeah, I ain't gonna drive myself crazy trying to chase people that and you see what he said. Please go on live with me. Please go on live. No, that's what you're saying. That's what I'm doing now. Oh, okay. I won't do that. I won't do that, because you know, if you don't show up, they're gonna say you running. If you do show up like this, they're gonna say he won't clicks and views. So you can't win with them either way. So you just got to do what you're doing. Let them do what they doing, and let's just see how the guy work it out.
Oh yeah, because the smoke gonna always smoke them out. That's one thing, man. Once that smoke always, the most smoke you put out, they ain't gonna have no choice but to come out eventually, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. Brother Brandt said, I believe it was the Battle of Badr in the Quran that talked about how Allah made the ones with the less. Oh, that was it. There you go, Brandt. Woo, there you go. So that's what was itching. That's crazy, and it's not crazy. I just know that's how Allah worked. That is exactly what was itching my brain, Brother Brandt, because I wanted to go into why Allah is behind it, even though Mutar or the Satans got their own COINTELPRO agenda of why they want to try to use numbers to motivate and stimulate whoever want to be a frog and leap to do that. The Quran said regarding that battle that he made them to appear as few in their dreams and when they saw him on the battlefield. And likewise, he made the other ones to appear few in their dreams and their view, so that Allah might bring about a matter which had to be done. That he who perished by clear argument might perish, and he who lived by clear argument might live. Meaning Allah is he who repels men by other men. You know what I'm saying? In other words, he ordains clashes or warfare. So if that's what Allah ordains, he want to test. If you know, we're not going to initiate nothing, but if it's initiated, then it's, you know, we already know. And so, but that was it, Brother Brandt. Thank you for that. Thank Allah in you for that, because that's what they want, right? They already want to move because they feel like they got the numbers. And Allah is going to even make it look like even more that they got the numbers, that they got dreams and visions and whatever research they doing that they got the numbers. Yeah, we got the advantage. Let's get them. Let's go get them. And then Allah, according to the story, you know, he's going to show them something else. He's going to show them havoc making angels or whatever he's going to show them. So we just got to be, you know, ready for whatever we signed up for.
Facts.
Rube said, so we turned them out of their gardens and springs and treasures and goodly dwellings, and even so, and we gave them as a heritage to the children of Israel, or we made, you know, the others to inherit them. Dear Muhammad, no, they're gonna make that mistake, but we just got to be prepared for it. You know, it's being made. mistaken errors is being made as we speak. Ahmad Jabril, the Battle of Badr was 300 Muslims versus thousands of Quraysh disbelievers. That's right. Do we think that we're gonna be left alone just saying we believe, sounding strong and tough on YouTube and Facebook and the internet, and we not gonna be tried the way they was tried? Is that what I think? That's not what I think. I don't think this is a game. I don't think this is just the internet. I think this is the real Battle of Badr fulfilled. The final, the time we living in is the final and the fullest manifestation of all of that stuff that you ever read about. All of that's going to happen, or it already has happened in our lifetime. It's being fulfilled right now. So we are under no delusion or illusion that this is not going to go there. We just not going to start it. We're just not going to start it.
Hey, that's real, bro.
But yeah, that now I'm really, because that was it. That was what was, itching my brain. So any last words, Brother Madon, for this here episode?
Yeah, man, I just say to the people, man, once again, to you, Cam, it's definitely always a blessing, man. All praise to to the Most High, man, for just being able to build and have an audience and, giving the people what's most needed, man. I would just say to the people, let's continue to build ourselves up with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and contend for the truth, and let's do that daily.
Man, that's what we doing by the Most High God, Allah's permission, and every day, tell your family members and your brothers and sisters that you love them. Say something good, give a smile or a hug to your mama, your daddy if they still there, or to your children. Because we got to balance this out. We don't want to be all grim, humdrum, war this, war that. You got to balance it out with cheer and love and softness, and that's what it's about. So I want y'all at least to see that side of the game. Oh, and I hit your I don't know, you probably seen that on a different. I hit your DM, so when you get a minute,
Okay, yeah, because I got my Instagram on the phone. I don't know how to use. I'm gonna have to download on this one. I'll check it.
Yeah, whatever. But so that's what I'm over here trying to balance. What I'm saying, a few things, and all work and no play makes Jack, or what they said, a dull boy or whatever. And so, yeah, man. So I want y'all, like I said, to just know that this is your information. We your brothers and sisters over here. And of course, the Nation of Islam is your nation, and that's your army. That's your sanctuary. Actually, I'll put it in the chat if somebody can, if Ahmad Jabril or somebody don't mind, to put noi.org in the chat, just the link, just so y'all can bookmark it and just have it there and just keep up with the latest messages and views and news and reports and information, because we have Minister Farrakhan, and of course the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and Minister Farrakhan has already established and made friendships all around the planet for us, and at the right time we're gonna meet them, and not just meet them, greet them, and do a great mighty work together with them, because we're gonna have to leave here. We're gonna have to leave here, like it or not. So this is what this is about. While some is trying to promote to, and it's not going to work. It's terrible. It's terrible. You're trying to promote or use the airwaves to promote that we're not real Muslims, so we shouldn't be accepted by our brothers and sisters in the Muslim world. But Farrakhan has already checkmated all of that way back in 1995, 1996. But they're hoping that that's old. He's old now. That don't stand. That expired. Your 1400-year-old influence or whatever ain't expired, but our 20-year-old, 25-year-old peak or prime of Minister Farrakhan, you know, crisscrossing the planet, that's expired. So ain't nobody checking for the nation no more, right? So we'll see if that's accurate in just a few days. And I want y'all to, you know, stay tuned, stay prayed up, eat healthy, stay on your fasting and on your demon parasite worm detox protocol. Stay on that. Stay on that. Because we get weak and we mess around and eat some sugar or drink some milk or some dairy or something and repopulate the colony, the legions of demons. And next thing you know, we right back on some drama, on some BS time. So no, let's go all the way to the summer. It's April. It's almost to May, June, July. Let's try to detox these demons all the way until July the 4th. Let's try to stay on a strict dietary detox, parasite worm cleanse until July the 4th. So I'm gonna try to do that. And maybe Madon want to, you know, try to do that. We all got worms. We all got demon parasites. I'm just telling you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a fact.
We all got them. I'm the first one that got them. So, but yeah, with that being said, Madon, Wrench Bob, Adrian X, Ahmad Jabril, everybody, you know what I'm saying, in the chat. Much love, Brant, Rube. Till tomorrow, God willing, this Kam-Pain show live, and we out.
Salute.
Peace.
Peace.